So everybody coming to the building, hit those like buttons. You already know what is going on. You already know what's going on. You already knows what's going on. Miss Sweet, Miss Independent, Max. I had a couple ones that was from earlier today. I don't know. Donations, baby. William Martin. Sweet DJ. How you doing? My bad, y'all. I'm a little late. Pardon me. I had to work this weekend. I didn't get home as early as I thought that I would, but um, I got home and went live. You know, get all this content. So Umar Johnson finally speaks on Chud the Builder, and it's a crock of shit. You know the routine. But also, I forgot to retitle this. You know, me and Knee Slap settled our differences. Um, I took accountability for what happened between us. We ain't gonna be, like making content together, but it's water under the bridge. And I went over there last night. Me and him spoke. Young Pharaoh is back on mushrooms. I think that's a topic we need to talk about again because we know what sparked the last situation. This is the reason why he's where he's at now. Mushrooms. So I want to go over some Umar Johnson, and then I want to go over that too because why the fuck would you take mushrooms again? Let me retitle this. Yeah, let me fix that title. Yeah, Young Pharaoh's back on mushrooms again. Umar Johnson finally speaks about Chud the Builder, and he's claiming that Chud the Builder is a psyops. Wedges? What the fuck is wedges? Hold on. What the fuck is wedges? A ticker. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. My ticker, I got a ticker already though. Why is it? Come on, Kevin. Why is this shit so long too? Hold on, let me. Trying to fix this real quick. Hold up. Let me fix something real quick. All wedges. Let me see what the fuck this is. Okay. What the fuck is this? Y'all come into the building, make sure I hit that like button. What the fuck is this? Oh, it's a search button. Why I keep hitting that? Hold on. Okay. Let me fix that. Try to fix something real. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to fix something real quick. It got some new. Okay, let's see if that works. What's that? See what this wedge is. Invalid browser. Okay, I guess something goes across the top. Russia, Putin. I guess the world news goes up across the top. That's fire. I'm not gonna lie, that's fire. But we need to fix this background. I don't like this. Let's fix this background. I don't like this. Why is my background not working? You know what's fun? I keep asking, why did you put the things on the TV if you're gonna put it on the wall? I don't get that part, but hey, you put the footstools on the TV, we'll put it up on the wall. That's funny as hell. Yeah, my motherfucking virtual background ain't working right now, but all right, well, I guess that's how we gonna work today. That's how we gonna work today. Sassy Savannah. Let me see who all in the chat. Sassy Savannah, um, Jen, how you doing? Kakalaka. Hold on. Let me see what's going on here. A YouTuber called Umar instantly ignorant. Wait, what would you say? Instantly. And I'm proud of you for taking accountability, Rem. Yeah, you know, I had to take accountability. I know, I understand that. I fucked up. You know, we all make mistakes. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm not. I'm not infallible, and that's why I always keep telling y'all niggas, don't put me up on a fucking pedestal, acting like I can't make a mistake. But what I can say about that situation with Knee Slap, now that we made up, what I can say about that situation with Knee Slap is it was kind of hypocritical. And that one was pissing me off, but I was, you know, too enraged to express it. Yeah, that's it. He got mad at me for what I said was a joke, but he might have not have took it that way. And that's fine. But he said that we're supposed to call each other for calling, you know, when we got issues like that. But if you go 3 live streams before that, 2 or 3 live streams before that, he called me out twice in the chat saying, oh, I ain't fucking with you, Rim, because every time I come over there, you ignore my comments, like you don't see me, you don't show me no love, blah, 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 blah. And I said nothing about that. I just said, all right, bro, maybe because I didn't see you. Bro, we could, everything pieced out. No, we good. No, I'm just explaining. And maybe because I didn't see you. So that was kind of hypocritical because you did that 2 or 3 times and I never made a fuss about it. But then when I say something about you, you make a big fuss about it. That was my issue. And because me and him ain't seeing eye to eye right now, I can't call him and tell him that, but I'm pretty sure he's going to see this. I'm pretty sure one of y'all going to run back and tell him. But that was my issue. I just, at the time, I couldn't express it because I was so enraged or my anger got the best of me. But I felt that's how I was feeling at the time. I just didn't express that. What happened, and you know we're gonna get past it. Hopefully, in the future we can work back together again. If not, then that's cool with me. You know, I still wish that nigga the best. I hope that you know he has all the success that he can get. I'm not gonna hate on the nigga, but that was my issue. I feel like it was hypocritical because you called me out twice when I was in your chat. No, 2 or 3 times. And you can go back to the live streams and watch it. He called me out and was like, yo, Brim, I ain't fucking with you because... And he might have been joking about it. We both just misread the shit. But that's how YouTube work. Fuck all that. I took accountability for what I did, and that's it. That's why I took the live stream down. He said that I took the live stream down because I was listening to Trip C's. But if you was there during the live stream, I said I was taking it down myself. Trip C's never told me to take it down. I said I was taking it down because I felt like I was wrong halfway through it. I'm like, you know what? What am I doing? If anybody was there in the chat that was there during the live stream, you can hear me say, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Let me take this down and just delete it. I didn't even know that he was going over the live until I took it down. But yeah, and the money part, Slap know what happened with the money, dog. It was fucking $20 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Like, if you really felt that way, you definitely could have said something. But like I said, we both got our issues out that we had with each other, and hopefully we can move. He said it's water under the bridge. I took accountability for what I did, and And by the way, Slap, if you hear this, my phone's back on, nigga. So if you want the phone call, I can give it to you. My phone's back on, nigga. But anyway, what I'm here to talk about tonight is Umar finally speaking about Chud the Builder. And he's saying Chud the Builder is a FBI psyops. He's saying that, my bad, my brother was trying to talk to me. He's saying that Chud the Builder was an FBI psyops. And then on top of that, we got young Pharaoh back on mushrooms again. I was over there on Slap channel last night where, we talked and I didn't go up on the panel, but he saw me in the chat and we, had a little back and forth and we, but he know because young Pharaoh admitted that he was. How are you saying? How do Umar know that it's a psyops, or how do me Slap know that young Pharaoh was on mushrooms? Umar is making that shit up, but young Pharaoh admitted that he was on mushrooms again, which we've been telling you motherfuckers for the past 3 years that this nigga does mushrooms. And y'all did not believe us. Even when we showed you the fucking videos where he admitted to doing fucking mushrooms. Umar don't know shit. He just making it up. That's all that is. Gazoo. Peace and welcome to the channel as well, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, dog. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, bro. But Umar just making that shit up, dog. For real. And I apologize if y'all hear some vacuum cleaning in the background. My mom is out there vacuum cleaning the pool, which I told her I would do it after the live stream, but she don't want to wait. But any noise you hear in the background, I want to make my apologies for that. Y'all know what's going on. But let's get into this Umar shit, talking about Chud the Builder. And then we're going to get into knee slap, finding out that young Pharaoh is on mushrooms again. The diabolical. The fact that he is so openly willing to admit that to his subscribers when we've been telling you motherfuckers for 2-3 years that this nigga took the mushrooms willingly. Now, I want you to think about this. A nigga said he was drugged off mushrooms, right? Why would you go take them again if you got drugged off of those? Why would you go take them again? I that's a good question, dog. That's a legit question. Why the fuck would you go take mushrooms? Why would you go take mushrooms again, right? Knowing what you did last time. If somebody drugged you and you went and acted a fool on YouTube and ruined your whole career off of that one day, why the fuck would you go take them willingly and then go live again? That's like when I got drunk that night and had my nipples out. And me coming here and drinking again with my nipples out. Why would you do it again? Bro, it makes no sense. But Umar saying that this is an FBI psyops. Like I said, for those of you who don't know, I don't know if y'all saw my last short. I told everybody that I'm going to start doing conspiracy. You know, them conspiracy theories that you see on TikTok. I'm gonna start looking into those and doing videos on those because a lot of these conspiracies have come true. And I understand that, you know, if you go too deep into the rabbit hole, you might lose touch with reality, but that ain't the case with me. Jessica, what's up? Mr. Switchy, what's up? That ain't the case with me. I know when to you know, when shit is too far fetched. And if I start losing touch with reality, I have people that'll tell me that. But if you haven't saw my last short, what I said was, what if slavery here in America was not simply about free labor and it was about organ harvesting? Because you know what they did to Nat Turner. You know what they was doing to black folks for a long time with their organs and eating them. And if they had gout on their feet, they would tell the slave kid to come in and put their feet on their back, thinking that the gout would get sucked out by the melanin. You got to think about it. Just like they say with the technology, they say that the government is 50 to 100 years ahead of us in technology. And whatever we get today, these niggas been using for the last 50 to 100 years. So what's not to say that they have not known about? You got to think about it. If they erased our origins and who we were, they did it for a reason. Wouldn't you think that they knew back then that our organs were stronger? Rockefeller has 7 hearts, and I'm pretty sure that all those hearts were from black folks. He had 7 hearts before he died, and I'm pretty sure that all of those hearts came from black folks. And you see on the black market and the dark web, black organs sell more than any other organs. He said, as long as you don't go down the Anunnaki rabbit hole, I'm cool with it. I'm going down all of them, Mr. Switchy. I'm not going to give, I'm not going to, I'm getting tongue tied, specifically give my opinion on it. I want to hear y'all's opinion on it. Because I have my own opinion, and I don't want my opinion to persuade anybody to changing how they feel about it. So, you know, we're just going to look at them. You know, I might give my reaction to it, but I won't give my full opinion because that's how shit gets started in the comment sections. They get fighting over shit. But what I can say is conspiracy theorists don't look crazy nowadays. That's all I'm saying. Alex Jones was right about a whole lot of shit he's been telling us. The dude with the reptilians, that they call crazy. What's the blonde hair, the white hair dude that, well, he was like an actor or entertainer who had an experience and started talking about it, and then now you got the news telling us that it's reptilians. You know how many lives that these people have ruined? The fact, before we get into this Umar shit, what I want to say is the government literally told you that they have been lying and playing in our fucking faces for 50 years about aliens. Whether it's true or not, they have been, whether there are aliens or it's Project Bluebeam, they admitted that they have been in contact with these motherfuckers. Whether they're lying or not, that's a clear sign that they have been playing in our fucking faces, ruining lives and unaliving people at the same time. And all we cared about was the Epstein files. Or all we cared, we fell for the okie doke with them telling us what type of beings that they were. Wait a minute. Y'all skip past the part where they ruined lives and been playing in our fucking faces? That they telling you that we can't trust them while admitting to some shit that we can't trust them about. That's all I'm saying. Now let's get into this Umar shit real quick. Then we go get to this young Pharaoh shit. Chris, you said, huh? They said that they've been in contact with 3 different, on Fox News. Look it up. They said they've been in contact with 3 different extraterrestrial entities. The praying mantis, bug-like motherfuckers, the tall whites that Hitler was talking about, and the grays. And you know which one, you know where I thought it was some bullshit at? You know what made me think that I thought it was some bullshit? The only ones that are benevolent are the tall whites. So out of all the alien species that you've been in contact with, the only ones that got good intentions are the tall whites. But think about it though, what gets me to thinking is, if the tall whites came here thousands of years ago, and the white folks just showed up on this planet a couple of thousand years ago, you see where I'm going with that? Why ain't no black scientists in Antarctica? That's all I'm saying. You know, we gonna get into those conspiracies when I get to those conspiracy videos, because I'm gonna do more uploads because I've been working now. So I'm gonna do more uploads and we're gonna get into those conspiracies. But for right now, let's get into this conspiracy right here, where this motherfucker is saying that Chud the Builder was a psyops. Bullshit.
Before we get to the child thing, there's another character, Jake Long. Have you heard of him?
Who's Jake Long?
Jake Long, I think. Jake Lang, I'm sorry. He was outside of the Carmelo Anthony's courthouse. He's one of the people that actually got arrested for terroristic threats.
Black?
Because he said white.
Court documents revealing that a prominent right-wing activist has been charged with making a terroristic threat to allegedly kill Carmelo Anthony. Jake Lang spent 4 years in prison.
I'm not gonna lie, the dude definitely did that. I saw what the dude said. He didn't put it in the context of kill or murder, but he was implying that. He was implying that. He was implying that we need to take justice into our own hands basically saying that he wants to unalive Carmelo if he gets found innocent. And you got to remember, this is still a child that we're talking about. Now, the other day I stated that if I was Austin Metcalf father, I would probably be down there wanting to unalive him. That's the difference between a fucking stranger and the parent of. Now, that doesn't make it right either way. That doesn't make it right either way. But you got to think about it. There has to be some type of leeway for the parent because this is their child. I don't give a fuck if it was a 2-year-old that picked up a gun and accidentally unalived my son. I would still feel some type of way. Now, maybe I wouldn't want to unalive that child because it's still a child. He had no clue what he was doing. But we are talking about someone that knew what he was doing, even though he was surrounded and jumped. And like I said, I am on Carmelo Anthony's side. I believe that he was wrongfully sentenced, but there should have been a punishment, but not that. But you got to think about in a parent's perspective, you're going to feel a whole bunch of hatred. Like, this is your baby you brought into the world. I cannot blame Austin Metcalf's father for feeling the way he does, but you didn't have to make the racial jokes. The racial jokes and the racist shit that's been going on, that's uncalled for. But you have a right to be angry. But then on the other hand, you don't, because apparently I've been hearing that you raised your son to be that way. So you should be mad at yourself.
For the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol, our J.D. Miles with the exclusive new details from the Cullen County Courthouse.
We reported on this arrest last week, but up until now, it hasn't been revealed what led to it. Jake Lang was out here earlier this month with hundreds of other demonstrators. We learned today from court documents he was reportedly recorded on a live stream video saying that he was going to kill Carmelo Anthony with a gunshot to the head.
Fix your culture! Fix your culture!
These are some of the videos that show right-wing activist Jake Lang confronting supporters of Carmelo Anthony outside the Collin County Courthouse on the first day of testimony in Anthony's murder trial. It was on that day, June 4th, when authorities say Lang was recorded on video saying to someone, "He won't be playing basketball. I will be waiting outside this courthouse." Guess what? Headshot done. Authorities say an unidentified individual responded, "So you going to kill Carmelo Anthony?"
Hold on, wait. What did he say? I didn't even get that part. I thought he was just saying we should take justice into our own hands. I ain't know nothing about that part.
I will be waiting outside this courthouse. Guess what? Headshot done.
Oh yeah. Lock him up, throw away the motherfucking key. Fuck you mean? You just threatened to kill a child. Fuck you mean, dog? And the thing about it is, so wait a minute. These young men can jump him, which you see in the video. I mean, the video is very grainy, and y'all know I'm very blind. You said psyops is short for. Hold on, let me see what you said, sweet DJ. Psyops is short for. Hold on, I took it down again. Hold up, what'd you say? Why ain't it coming up? I need to go back to my computer because this is some bullshit. I am so tired of this goddamn laptop. Y'all see how shit was running smooth in the motherfucker last night when I was on the other night when I was on my computer. What did you say, sweet DJ? Psyop. Hold on, let me see what you said. Psyop don't. I can't find it. Hold on. Y'all typing too fast. Hold on. You know what? Let's get back into it. I'll read it. Matter of fact, let me read it on my phone. Why am I looking on here? What did you say? Goddamn fucking fly in the house. Hold on. Let me read what Sweet DJ said because it looked like a good point. A PSYOP is short for psychological operation, is a planned tactical military or political campaign designed to influence the emotions, motives, and reasons of the targeted audience. That's a fact. That's a fact. But I don't think Chud the Builder was a PSYOP. I believe Chud the Builder acted on his own. But we do find out that Chud the Builder does belong to an organization. So I didn't even think about that, Sweet DJ. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat, Sweet DJ. Miss Independent was asking, would a PSYOP spent? Said Remy is a whole other combo. Yeah, I know. All right, let's get back to it.
Authorities say an unidentified individual responded, "So you going to kill Carmelo Anthony?" To which Lang reportedly answered, "Yes, yes, I will." The Texas Fusion Center, which was covertly monitoring the courthouse for threats, along with social media and live streams, used facial recognition technology to identify Jake Lang as the person on the video making the threat to Anthony's life. The 31-year-old from Florida was arrested while trying to leave the state and has been in the Collin County Jail with a $1 million bond, charged with making a terroristic threat. It's a felony that comes with a 2 to 10-year sentence if convicted. Here is a recording of the live stream which got Lang in serious trouble.
And I'll be right here too.
Headshot.
And I'll be right here too. So you gonna kill him?
Yes.
So you gonna kill Carmelo Anthony?
Yes, I will.
Lang has a history of arrests since he was pardoned by President Trump after spending 4 years in prison for the January 6, 2021 riot at the U.S. Capitol. At the time of this latest arrest, authorities say Lang was already violating a criminal trespass warning he received outside the Collin County Courthouse 2 days earlier, which banned him from the property for 30 days. CBS News Texas discovered that Lang has an online fundraising account that's collected nearly $50,000 on the exact same crowdfunding website as one that just days ago shut down an account to collect money for the family of Carmelo Anthony. Lang is scheduled to appear for a bond hearing tomorrow in the same court in front of the same judge, John Roach Jr., who presided over the Carmelo Anthony murder trial. In McKinney, J.D. Miles, CBS News, Texas.
Because he said that if the jury doesn't get this right, I'll handle it myself.
A white guy.
White guy standing out. I mean, he was in people. This is what I'm saying.
You said he was arrested.
He was arrested on terroristic threats, so he's in jail as we speak. He's also been known to hype up and be a great supporter of Chud the Builder, which we'll get to them responding to some of the things that you said as well. But this dude is a very interesting character. He goes and tries to push the limits on what he can say, and he's threatening. And so we saw the lawyer of Carmelo Anthony come out and hold a press conference about him, and that's what led to his arrest. So I want to talk about that atmosphere that's going on where white people are starting to do the Chud the Builder type of thing, where they are, like you said, being upfront and honest with, I don't like you. He was outside of the Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, but the white people that are that way
said he's a killer.
Have been that way from the very beginning. They never changed their opinion. Sorry, y'all, this chair is real squeaky, so it sounds like I'm farting every time I move. Listen. Remy farting. That's what I'm gonna do every time somebody says something stupid. But yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie. There have been white people that have hid their racism, and we know where the KKK went. They went into the government, got police jobs and all that, and hid their racism until it was free to do it. But the truly racist people have been doing this shit from the get-go. They have never changed or never hid their racism. And Chud the Builder is one of them motherfuckers. Look at where Chud started. Look at where all this shit started with Chud the Builder. From him being fucking racist. He never hid his racism. And there's a lot of what they still got. He said, my chair sound like farting like Lene. My chair sound like his Otten recliner. Yeah, I know. Bitch, you squeaking like a motherfucker, ain't it? But back to what I was saying. White folks ain't hide their racism, dog. I mean, there has been a lot of them that do, and then when you get them mad, it comes out. You know, you piss them off. You're a fucking nigger. That happens. Yeah, we seen that. But Chud was openly racist from the very beginning. And I believe that there are a lot of white people. We still have sundown towns in America in 2026. There are still sundown towns. I repeat, there are, in Umar language, I repeat, there are sundown towns in America in 2026. There are sundown towns in America in 2026. One more time. There are sundown towns in America in 2026. These motherfuckers ain't go nowhere or try to hide anything. We see it. Look up racist Karens on YouTube. I guarantee you there's over 1,000 or more videos where these motherfuckers is calling us all types of niggers and coons and baboons and monkeys and whatever racist thing that they could find to say. They never hid themselves. You know the KKK did, but they're fucking cowards. The KKK is a bunch of fucking cowards. Think about it. They hid behind a fucking hood the whole time, so they're going to hide. But the true motherfucking stand-up racism, I like my racism up in front. I don't like them hiding motherfuckers. If you're going to be racist, let me know from the very fucking beginning. I don't want you hiding, and then when I get mad, you be like, oh, you fucking nigger. Well, Jebediah, what happened? We our kids play together. Oh, I never liked your nigglets in the first place. I don't like that shit. I like my racism up in front.
Need to be hung from the tree back there, like he was saying that kind of stuff. And what do you say to black people on how do we handle these antagonistic kind of people that's trying to trick us out of our position?
First of all, we cannot be emotional. We have to separate what matters from what does not. I believe Chud the Builder, this guy Jake Long, many of them are FBI psych ops. They're being planted in the black community to trigger us to act in a disorganized fashion. Loon, we got to get organized. I believe there needs to be a national black militia organizing conference.
Yes. Black
Panthers, Fred Hampton Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Gun Club. All of them have to come together, get over their petty differences, and we have to organize Black America in case there is a racial clash. I'm hoping there isn't, but I'm looking at the climate. I'm looking.
Hold up. I'm listening to what he's saying, and you sound like a psyops more than Chud the Builder. Sound like you down with him. Because if this is a psyops to start a race war, why would you want to start a gun club and a foundation to combat the shit to further start the race war. I want y'all to think about that. I'm sorry, my chair is squeaking. Let me see if I can get another one real quick. See if this other one don't squeak. Yeah, this one don't squeak. Yeah, this one don't squeak. Now, think about it though. You gotta think about it. These FBI motherfuckers and these motherfuckers that's actually starting psyopses and all this other shit, if this shit is true, wouldn't they be 10 steps ahead and send, if they are sending Chud the Builder to be a psyops to start a race war, they need somebody on the other side. You gotta think about that. If I am starting a psyops and I want to get white folks riled up, and I came out with, I hired Chud the Builder to do that, right? I also need a black man to rile up the black folks. There's only one man saying this. And it makes a lot of sense because the FBI know, and Charleston White too. And Charleston White. You're right. Charleston White too. No, but Charleston White is on the white folks side. So you can't count him to rile up black folks. He's only riling up black folks to unalive him. Umar is trying to rally black folks to go to war with white folks. Charleston is on the white folks side. And he could be there to piss us off even more. Because some people might think, look at these white folks, they got niggas acting like this too. But if there truly is a psyops, would he not be a part of it? Would Umar not be a part of a psyops? You're race baiting just as much as Chud the Builder. Who's to say that you wasn't hired? I mean, Lene definitely, even though we can't take everything that Lene said as true, she did say she saw a folder on his desk that had the FBI symbol on it. Charleston White is a grifter. Right. He's a race baiter. Listen to what he said. He's saying that the FBI is trying to rile up a race war, right? So if they're trying to rile up a race war, why would you instruct black folks to rally up in defense? If we don't want the race war, why would you rally us up to face it? I'm just saying, that's just my opinion.
At the climate and in looking at the
Trick us out of our position.
First of all, we cannot be emotional. We have to separate what matters from what does not. I believe Chud the Builder, this guy Jake Long, many of them are FBI psyops. They're being planted in the black community to trigger us to act in a disorganized fashion. Loon, we got to get organized. I believe there needs to be a national black militia organizing conference.
Yes.
Black Panthers, Fred Hampton Gun.
Now, why would you want to rally a black militia or a Fred Hampton gun club knowing what happened last time we did this shit? You don't think that this would incite a race war quicker? Think about it. Listen, look what happened the last time we just try to rally our people just to protect ourselves. That's all Fred Hampton wanted to do. Police ourselves, start our own shit. And they were threatened by that, and it made them lash out. We just started we went at Tulsa. We weren't even trying to go to war. We just wanted our own shit. Look what they did. They found an excuse to murder and burn down all of that shit. Now, us doing that today's age, wow, all this shit, you think that's not going to spark a race war? If white folks found out that we were starting militias and gearing up to protect ourselves, and you know, black folks, we can't do that shit quietly. We always do it loudly. Now, I can see if we were quietly doing this, that's different. But you're announcing it to the world. And that's where we always lose, because we like to tell everybody everything. And we got to flex. We got to let people know what we're doing. White folks move in silence. They'll come and shake your hand and say, hey, how you doing? Leave and drop a nuke on you. Black folks, I'm on Facebook talking about how I'm gonna kill you and I'm gonna unalive you and I'm gonna do this shit. Wouldn't starting a fucking militia or Fred Hampton, you called it a Fred Hampton, knowing what happened to Fred Hampton, that's very specific. If there is a psyops going on, I think this nigga's a part of it. I'm sorry. Y'all might have different opinions, and you're welcome to your own opinion on this, but I think if there is some type of psyops going on, he's definitely a part of it.
Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Gun Club. All of them have to come together, get over their petty differences, and we have to organize Black America in case there is a racial clash. I'm hoping there isn't, but I'm looking at the climate. And in looking at the climate, I'm seeing three things that has me on edge for the possibility of conflict loom.
Yes.
Number one, Pluto is in Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated with the Odu Osameji. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellion, the rebellious leader. Astrologically, the universe is calling for a conflict and a cleansing. Or should I say a cleansing through conflict. Osameji is the energy pattern we just talked about that brings drama, upheaval, and radical unforeseen transformations. And the political climate of America under Donald Trump is ripe for.
I need to back that up. See, listen to the words that this nigga is saying. Rim the rabbit holes goes deep with the whole Pan-African thing. Yeah, I bet it do. Joy, peace and welcome. Back up and listen to what this nigga just said. My bad. Hold on.
At the climate. I'm looking at the climate, and in looking at the climate, I'm seeing three things that has me on edge for the possibility of conflict loom.
Yes.
Number one, Pluto is in Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated with the Odu Osameji.
To do with it. He said he's going astrology. I understand that, but the fuck do Pluto got to do with it? Is that significant for something?
G. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellion, the rebellious leader. Astrologically, the universe is calling for a conflict and a cleansing.
Now, I want y'all to add up with what he just said. Sister Cleo Tunde. Right. I want y'all to think about what he just said. This nigga just said that the government is trying to start a race war, and black people need to start their own militia. The Fred Hampton Gun Club, the Khalid Muhammad Gun Club. Then tops it off by saying we need to start those gun clubs because the universe is calling for it. Joyce, thank you for the 10 jewels. I appreciate that. Appreciate the 10 jewels. If anybody wants to support the channel, Cash App, PayPal is at the bottom of the chat. But most importantly, the like button is very free. Sorry, y'all, I'm eating my noodles. I gotta eat my dinner. I had work today. I worked all weekend. That's why I ain't gonna lie. Last night, I was gonna go live, but my boss called me in to work this morning. I had to go to work. But Joyce, thank you for the $10 jewels. I meant the 10 jewels. If anybody want to support the channel, the Cash App and PayPal is at the bottom of the chat. You know we got a stream goal that we got. Philip, what's up, Philip? You said when the Panthers were getting set up and killed, nobody was talking about astronomy, Umar. That's a fact. That's a fact. But if there really is a psyops going on, Umar is definitely a part of the psyops. Listen to what he just said. I'm gonna run it back one more time. Listen to what he's saying. I want you to really listen and think about it.
Out of our position.
First of all, we cannot be emotional. We have to separate what matters.
We cannot be emotional. Don't listen to your thoughts. Listen to what I'm saying. Don't listen to your emotions. And if you feel as though that this is wrong, listen to what he's saying. That's what he's telling you.
From what does not. I believe Chud the Builder, this guy Jake Long, many of them are FBI psychops. They're being planted in the black community to trigger us to act in a disorganized fashion.
If these people were actually psyops, why the fuck are they locked up? Why would they lock these people up? I mean, there could be some motive behind it to rally and anger white, racist white folks, saying, you know, Chud has a right to freedom of speech. And there are a lot of them out there. But it's still like, no matter how you slice it, it doesn't make sense. It could be a psyops. But what I'm saying is, if it really is a psyops, he's definitely a part of it, because he is the only black man that is telling the black community to do this shit that he's saying he wants the black community to do. It's only one person, and he claims he's the most influenced, the most requested, the most this, that, and the third. So if you are really that, the most relevant black man on the planet, why would you be telling your people this, knowing that in your mind it's a psyops and they trying to start a race war?
Loon, we got to get organized. I believe there needs to be a national black militia organizing conference.
Yes.
Black Panthers, Fred Hampton Gun Club, Huey P. Newton Gun Club, Khalid Abdul Muhammad Gun Club. All of them have to come together, get over their petty differences, and we have to organize Black America in case there is a racial clash.
Now, listen to the key words that he uses. Militia. Fred Hampton Gun Club. These are not only motivating words to pro-black people, but they are fear-mongering words to racist white people. If you really think about it. Yes, what he's saying can motivate black people, pro-black people, to get up in arms, but it can also put fear and paranoia into the racist white folks. Or they want to start a militia, or they want to start a Fred Hampton Gun Club, a Khalid Muhammad Gun Club. These are fear-mongering words to the other side and motivation to our side. You don't see the psyops in that? I'm just saying. I could be wrong. But
I'm hoping there isn't. But I'm looking at the climate. And in looking at the climate, I'm seeing three things that has me on edge for the possibility of conflict, Loon.
Yes.
Number one, Pluto is in Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated with the Odu Osameji. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellion, the rebellious leader. Astrologically, the universe is calling for a conflict and a cleansing. Or should I say a cleansing through conflict. Osameji is the energy pattern we just talked about that brings drama, upheaval, and radical unforeseen transformations. And the political climate of America under Donald Trump is ripe for it.
What?
We need to get organized, not to instigate, not to attack, but to be ready to defend ourselves. We are living in critical time, and we
run that back. Is not what you saying instigation? And I'm wait, let me run it back. Let me hear what the fuck he just said, because that
cleansing through conflict. Oh, I'm hoping there isn't, but I'm looking at the climate. And in looking at the climate, I'm seeing three things that has me on edge for the possibility of conflict, Loon.
Yes.
Number one, Pluto is in Aquarius. I'm going astrology. Pluto is a planet of death and destruction. Pluto is associated.
First of all, Pluto isn't even a fucking planet, according to scientists. Second of all, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Pluto got to do with any of this shit. How did the last, hold on, where is Pluto in our solar system? Pluto is located in the Kepler belt, a distant disk-like zone of an icy blah, 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 blah. How many planets from the sun is Pluto? Pluto is technically no longer counted as one of the major planets in our solar system. In 2036, blah, 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 counting out the sun, Pluto would be the ninth object of this kind. So wait a minute. The ninth planet from the sun, we're the third, so that means 6 planets away. How the fuck does that have anything to do? Look, man, I'm a spiritual person, and I understand astrology and how it lines up with our spirituality and how certain things are connected and all that. But where the fuck does Pluto come into this? Where does it come into the picture in any of this? Because it's an Aquarius, it's a water. It's actually, Pluto is mostly ice, isn't it? Hold on, let me make sure I'm talking about the right planet. Is Pluto water or ice? Pluto is essentially a mixture of both. It is a rocky core. It's surrounded by a massive shell of frozen ice water, which is capped on the surface by ices made of frozen glazes and glaze like nitrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. Beneath its frozen shell, Pluto even harvests a surface ocean of liquid water. So it's mostly fucking ice. But you said Pluto, hold on. You said Pluto was an Aquarius. Is Pluto an Aquarius? Yes, in astronomy, Pluto is officially the zodiac sign of the Aquarius. Which zodiac sign are we living in today? We are currently in the Cancer season. Which runs from June 21st to July 22nd. The sun moves into the sign of the Crab. Again, what the fuck does this have to do with Pluto? He said Pluto is an Aquarius sign. I get that. We are not in the sign of Aquarius right now. We are in the sign of Cancer, according to Google. I don't follow the signs and all that shit. I'm not even gonna lie. I should, because it all adds up to something, and I'm getting there. But according to Google, no. So he brought Pluto and said he just threw a word salad at him and a bunch of bullshit to make him feel like, oh, because this is the stars are aligning and the planets are revolving and the quasars and galaxies, this is what's happening. That's what he did. Oh my God. Listen, I believe in all this shit, but he just made up a bunch of bullshit.
With the Odu Osameji. See this? Aquarius is the sign of the rebel, the rebellion, the rebellious leader. Astrologically, the universe is calling for a conflict and a cleansing. Or should I say a cleansing through conflict. Osameji is the energy pattern we just talked about that brings drama, upheaval, and radical unforeseen transformations. And the political climate of America under Donald Trump is ripe for it. We need to get organized, not to instigate, not to attack, but to be ready to defend ourselves. We are living in critical time, and we need to be clear about something too, Loom. We have no allies. The Asians are not for you. The Latinos are not for you, not including my Pan-African.
But listen though, now, if you truly believe in the universe and the universal laws and what the universe is governing, right? Because that's what he's talking, right? Says the universe is calling for cleansing. If you truly believe in that, then you know that whether we arm ourselves or not, this thing on? Can you hear me, Umar? If you truly believed in it, that means you know that no matter what the fuck we do or what we have, if the universe calls for it, it's going to happen. So if you believe that the universe is calling for cleansing, it's calling for cleansing to right the wrongs that have been done on this planet. What do we need to arm ourselves for? The universe don't play. It don't matter what weapon you got. It don't matter what type of shit you got. If the universe calls for it, that's what it is. If you believe in that. So, Umar know he just want to ask, bro, the cash shopping, right, Joyce? If you believe in that, right? Like, why would you be telling black folks to arm themselves and get ready for a war? The universe got it. We don't need to do nothing. Why would we need to do anything? If you truly believe that the universe is about to cleanse this shit, why are you getting away of it? It makes no sense. That's how I know he don't believe or practice what he preaches. He's just talking a bunch of nonsense and race baiting. And that's why I believe he could be he possibly is a psyops. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, man.
Latino Africans, they are with us, but most Latinos are not Pan-Africanist Latino Africans. They are anti-black.
But doesn't it make it difficult when you got to say, well, not include that Latinos are not for you, but this little part of
it ain't that many of them. And the ones that are, most of them look just like me. Do you follow me? Arabs, East Indians, nobody is for us. This is why I say, when we get seriously organized, no bunny hoppers could be on our team. You see that? You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. Anybody married to a non-African cannot do anything for me. I respect you as a human being.
On that
little part of
it ain't that many of them. And the ones that are, most of them look just like me. Do you follow me? Arabs, East Indians, nobody is. This is why I say, when we get seriously organized, no bunny hoppers could be on our team. You see that? You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. You cannot go home and sleep with the enemy. Anybody married to a non-African cannot do anything.
Wait a minute. Did the universe tell you that? Or did you come up with that yourself? That's what I want to know. Did the universe tell you that? Because we living in Aquarius and Pluto is Aquarius. Did Pluto, the Aquarius, tell you that? Or the universe told you that? Or did you come up with that yourself? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Enterprise. rest of the Glazers need to be slapped. They definitely do. And I'm gonna let this play for a second. My mom, I gotta go put this hose in the back real quick. But I'm gonna let this play while I go do that.
Anything for me. I respect you as a human being. I respect your non-black spouse. I cannot trust you. I cannot unite with you. I cannot organize with you. This is when interracial marriage loom matters. When you have incidents like, what do you say as a black man with an Asian wife after Rick Child got acquitted, Loon? What do you say as a black woman with a white husband after Carmelo Anthony got 35 years? What is that conversation like in your bedroom? You see that?
Right.
Nobody dating out the race could be a part of this army.
Do you think these Chud the Builders and these other characters, are they a part of a new economy of races? Like,
I wouldn't say new because it ain't new.
But it feels like they're chasing clout more than really trying to be. Because I even think that
But you got to remember, they're allowed to exist.
But see, I think the system disagrees with it on certain levels, right? Because when I see a $1 million bond go to Chud the Builder, it's like, yo, we on the same page, but you doing it wrong. Even if the system wants to be racist and they want to view black people in a certain way, I still don't see them backing a Chud the Builder. I don't see that.
I do.
Tell me why.
Just like they backed the killer of John. Just like they backed the killer of Abraham Lincoln.
Why is it no noise about Chud? It feels like people have said he's in jail. That's where he needs to be. The judge is even playing with him. He says, "Yeah, give me $1 million bail."
You're making the assumption that there ain't gonna be a mistrial. You're making the assumption.
Well, I'm dealing with the information we have, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is, there's a future to the Chud the Builder trial.
Right.
Just like there's a future to the Carmelo Anthony trial. You follow what I'm saying? We're assuming that Chud has been handled. I don't
assume that he's been handled. I'm saying that they're being clear, if you're asking me, that we don't support that type.
That Chud has to be handled. Chud is in jail every motherfucking day crying. He crying because he can't even get a physical Bible. This is the white privilege that we talking about when it comes to Chud. He's literally up there crying right now because he can't get a physical copy of the Bible. This is how they keep trying to complain. What does it matter if you have a physical copy or a copy on a fucking tablet? You still got a copy of it. Chud is being handled. They gave him $1 million bill. Like, bro, like all this bullshit. There's pictures of Chud in jail. Now, if you want to go to somebody powerful like Epstein, now we can believe that this motherfucker probably wasn't in jail. Enterprise, thank you for the $2 super chat. All his bunny hopper BS. Fred Douglass. Yeah, right. Facts. Frederick Douglass definitely had a white wife when he died. If you can't give anybody else a pass for being a bunny hopper, you cannot give him a pass. I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for and I appreciate the fact that you keep bringing that up. And the fact that he called himself King Kong consciousness when King Kong died over a white woman. Now, we know that our government like to use symbolism. Do they not use symbolism and hide shit in plain sight in front of our fucking faces? Now, if this is a psyops, we got a nigga that praises Frederick Douglass, but says he hates bunny hoppers when Frederick Douglass was a bunny hopper and calls himself King Kong consciousness. When King Kong died, over a white woman. I'm just saying. That don't sound like a psyops to you? A nigga that's racially trying to motivate black folks to hate white people. And now he's trying to get us up in arms against white folks. I want y'all to think about that. He's literally trying to get ourselves, black people, to arm themselves in order to go to war with white folks. Sounds like a black Chud the Builder to me. Only difference is he's not calling them chimps. Has to be a part of it, because if you're going to start a psyops, you need leaders on both sides. And who are the top race baiters in both fucking sides? Chud and Umar. And both of these people are telling us to take arms against one another. You better be careful there, little buddy. We see you. We fucking see you. We fucking see you, Umar. We're not dumb.
Type of
That's
Let me run that back.
trying to be, because I even
Thank
think
you,
that
Jen.
but you got to remember, they're allowed to exist.
but see, I think the system disagrees with it on certain levels, right? Because when I see a $1 million bond go to Chud the Builder, it's like, yo, we on the same page, but you doing it wrong. Even if the system wants to be racist and they want to view black people in a certain way, I still don't see them backing a Chud the Builder. I don't
do.
see that.
I do.
Tell me why.
Just like they backed the killer of John F. Kennedy. Just like they backed the killer of Abraham Lincoln.
Why is it no noise about Chud? It feels like people have said he's in jail. That's way his way he needs to be. The judge is even playing with him. He says, "Jay,
But
give me $1 million bail."
You're making the assumption that there ain't going to be a mistrial. You're making the assumption.
Well, I'm
that
dealing with the
jury ain't gonna
information
let him
we
up.
have, right?
Right, but what I'm saying is there's a future to the Chud the
Yes.
Builder trial.
Right.
Just
Bro, the government don't give a at this point, bro. I don't believe the government gives a fuck if you're black or white. They just want to keep us separated. They see us all as the same thing. Peasants. Oh, what the fuck happened? Oh, let me go back. What the hell happened? I believe government sees us all as the same things. We're nothing but peasants to them. They don't give a fuck if we're white, black, blue. Why does it keep doing this? Why does it keep doing that? Hold on. There we go. Government don't give a fuck if we're white, black, blue. All they give a fuck about is green. Hold on. Enterprise sent another one. Enterprise, thank you for the $2 super chat. Hold on. This thing ain't loading. This thing getting slow again. Enterprise says, anyone supporting the racism of Umar, seek help. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you are supporting Umar, you really need help. Or you one of them desperate old folks or desperate women. I just don't want to change. But, let me read some of these super chats. I mean, not the super chat. Let me read some of these comments. Garvey was a scammer and never went to Africa, purchased a jinky, old, newsworthy ships from White Star Loaner, and never sailed to Jamaica or one black American African scammer. Right. But think about that too. All the people that he named himself after are all questionable people.
Like there's a future to the Carmelo Anthony trial. You follow what I'm saying? We're assuming that Chud has been handled. I don't.
No, I don't assume that he's been handled. I'm saying that they're being clear, if you're asking me, that we don't support that type of.
That's what they telling you. That's
I'm going by. They're not telling me this. I'm saying let's examine the moves. They tell him, hey, yo, there's $1 million bond. He go and get $1 million bond from a crypto casino. They come back and say, never mind the $1 million bond. Bring us 10 people with 100,000.
Give the illusion of justice.
So you think it's the illusion? You think they playing
game? Absolutely. White supremacy is white.
You at this point, you just finding an excuse for everything. They gotta give the illusion of. So why is nigga in there testing his tasty cakes? I mean, I do believe to a certain extent this whole thing is a big ass stage. Not Chud the Builder in particular. But this white supremacy shit is starting to piss me off because we live in a day and age where you can clearly see that they are race baiting on every fucking side that they can. Whether it's Mexican, Puerto Rican, Black, Indian, Asian. They are trying to keep all the races divided because we are coming to a point where, hold on real quick. Devin. They're coming to a point where they know that people are starting to wake up, right? So it's not just a black and white thing anymore. It's a we need to divide every single one of these motherfuckers. We need to keep everybody separated. So we're going to send ICE to evict the Mexicans and Spanish people. We're going to race bait all of the, hold on, I think I got another super chat. Hold on, I'm trying to keep up with this. Hold on, let me go back up. I'm trying to do it from Enterprise. Thank you again for another $2 super chat. I think that's it. Umar is cosplaying black. He is a racist on black and white. That's a fact. He's definitely cosplaying. He's definitely cosplaying. And I think he's a part of the psyops. If there is any type of psyops, Umar is very much a part of it. I do not have a shadow of doubt in my mind that he is not a part of it, bro. He is very much a part of this whole entire thing. And I believe they all have different positions. You had Charlie Kirk to rile up white folks. You got people like Trump, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk went off script So they had to get rid of him. Charlie Kirk was starting to see the big picture. If you watch some of I was falling for it. Oh yeah, he was all racist and all this other shit. But if you listen to what he was saying in his last couple joints, Charlie was starting to see what the fuck was going on. And apparently, allegedly, Israel offered him 150 million to say what they wanted him to say, and he turned it down. And then he started going off script, and that's why they put that bomb in his microphone. It wasn't no goddamn gunshot, in my opinion. But they had people like Charlie Kirk, Nick Fuentes, the Tatum dude, Charleston White. All these people did not just come at the same time, coincidentally. There are different people to race bait and keep us all. This is my opinion. This is all my opinion. This can't be. Don't take this as fact. This is all my opinion. I believe that all these different people today, like all these people that I named, Charleston White, Nick Fuentes, Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk, Trump, the racist Latino cop. These people, in my opinion, were all planted to keep everybody separated. The system is fucking crumbling in front of our eyes, and they are trying to keep Umar. They're trying to keep us all divided, because when the system crumbles and we wake up and be like, hey, they've been fucking us the whole time. Let's revolt. By the time the system crumbles, we still gonna be fighting with each other. That's what they hoping for.
White supremacy, and they got to have a couple casualties on their side loom to make black people buy into the system. Why is there Oprah Winfrey? Why is there Jay-Z? Why is there Serena Williams? Why is there Kanye? Why is there Tiger Woods? You got to have some black billionaires so the rest of black people will think poverty is their fault and not yours.
So you think Chud the Builder is going to beat this case?
I don't know.
You think it's highly possible for Chud the Builder to win the case?
It's possible for him to at some point get acquitted or do.
Chud is not beating that case for the simple fact that they just denied his fucking bail. For the simple fact that he pew-pewed the dude before he even took a swing. If Chud the Builder really was a psyop, he failed the fucking mission. If Chud the Builder really was a psyops, they would have took his ass out by now because he failed the mission.
A whole lot less time that he could have done, but it's 100% possible that this is all part of a larger chess game. I don't pay attention to the pieces.
And what's
I pay
the game?
attention to the agenda. The agenda is white domination.
I agree with him. This could all be a part of a chess game. But you, nigga, you are a pawn in this chess game as well. Why you think even if he doesn't even know he's a pawn. Why do you think they let him scam these people out of all of their money for so long? Because he's been fucking race baiting.
At all costs. Chud the Builder could have been silenced on social media. They allowed him to continue. If what you say is true, why wasn't his account shut down? Why do
we can say the same thing for you, bro? You could have been silenced on social media too. Why didn't they shut your account down? You've been saying right off the wall racist shit about white folks. Why didn't they shut your account down yet? You've been scamming the black community and saying racist shit at the same time. Chud ain't never scammed nobody. You've been just saying racist shit. Why ain't they shut you down yet? You telling on yourself, doofus. with your dry ass fucking lips. His lips white than the motherfucker. He looked like he'd been scraping his lips on bricks. Why haven't they shut you down? He said, haven't completed and filled a real good tech form for that bando. That's a fact. He doxed a lot of people. I'm trying to figure that out. If they gonna shut Chud down, why ain't they shut you down? Cash App banned him, but his social media didn't ban him. He talking about social media. I get what you're saying. Cash App did ban him, but why haven't they shut down him going on these platforms? If they really wanted to shut him down, they would ban all these platforms that keep platforming him. And this is my next point too. If we really want to shut people like him and Charleston White down, we need to start banning these goofy motherfuckers like Loon and Art of Dialogue down too. We need to boycott these niggas too. All you motherfuckers that keep platforming this scamming ass nigga, race baiting ass nigga, we need to get rid of them too. Cause you're complicit. Am I right or am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that I'm right. If you believe that too, what I believe, they need to get rid of these motherfuckers too. Everybody that keep platforming them, because you can keep shutting down their accounts, but they're going to still keep going to other people's platforms, and we need to ban them too. Breakfast Club, Art of Dialogue, Loon, Baba, Wussaface, all these motherfuckers need to be banned. And if YouTube ain't gonna do it, black folks need to do it. Facts. If YouTube and them ain't gonna do it, black folks need to do it. Right. Unsub from all these motherfuckers. And if y'all want to watch their video, watch when I react to it, or watch when one of us react to it. That'll starve them of all their views. Got 34 likes, 41 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button if y'all want to support the channel. The Cash App and PayPal is at the bottom of the chat. But most importantly, hit the like button. But if you do want to support the channel, the Cash App and PayPal is pinned to the bottom of the chat. But I would love for you to hit that like button.
We even know him. Why was he allowed to stream? Because they wanted him to.
I think so, and you're right.
Same thing I believe about you. Why do we know you? Why are you allowed to stream? Because you race bait just as much as Chud do. The only difference between here and now with you and Chud was trying to take up arms from the beginning. You're doing the same thing that Chud is doing right now in this video. You're telling black people to arm themselves to go to war with white folks. You're doing the same shit.
Right, because he had accounts on, he was streaming. But I think they did make it harder for him to stream. And again, like you said, some of that is illusion.
If a black person gets online and speak too politically about anything, they shut you down, bro. This man was threatening life.
Fuck is you talking about? We watch you talk politics all the time. And you claim that you are the most relevant black such and such in American history. They have not shut your shit down. We don't hear you opening up 3-4 Instagram accounts. See, this is where he contradicts himself. He said if a black person does it, they shut him down. You're the only black person doing it. You're the most relevant in your eyes. You are the most important in your eyes. Why have they not shut you down? Either you are not the most important motherfucker and they don't care, like you claim that they do, or you're a part of the system. That's the only way to slice it. He just backed himself into a corner. I want y'all to think about it. If he really was, hold on, Enterprise, thank you for the $2 super chat. Again, yes, Rim, I've been saying this. They responsible. Right. They are responsible. But back to what I was saying. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate the support. Back to what I was saying. Now, we watch this man talk politics all the time. You literally just try to sell yourself to the Republican and the Democrat Party. And on top of that, you claim that you are the most requested, respected black man on the planet right now. Now, either you are not who you say you are, or you're a part of the system that you're talking about. Either one of them ain't good.
If what you say is true, why wasn't his account shut down? Why do we even know him? Why was he allowed to stream? Because they wanted him to.
I think so, and you're right, because he had accounts on, he was streaming. But I think they did make it harder for him to stream. And again, like you said, some of that is illusion.
If a black person gets online and speak too politically about anything, they shut you down, bro.
And Republican Party. We definitely watched that. We definitely watched you try to sell yourself to the Democrat and Republican Party and talk about how what was he talking about last time? How the New York Knicks was a distraction for them to win the what's the name? Hold on. Yeah, for them to win the what's the name? I know, I just saw that. I'm about to watch it as soon as I'm done. I know, I'm about to watch it as soon as I'm done. My brother was telling me the Superman Girl movie, y'all. I'm about to watch that shit as soon as this live over. Oh, yeah, The Last Avatar. Yeah, that one too. I'm about to watch Supergirl movie too. Yeah, it came out 2 days ago. But we just watched you do all you've been talking politics for the last month. And nobody shut you down. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? This is how he's a walking contradiction, and it makes no sense. I don't even know if we're gonna get to the Young Pharaoh part. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. We might not even get to the Young Pharaoh part because this nigga is giving me a headache. And why the fuck do I have this shit on top of my screen? I don't give a fuck about goddamn what's the face in Japan, FIFA World Cup, and the fuck is this? I was just trying this shit out. Hold on. Let me take this shit off. I don't even know how to wedges. That's what it is. Wedges. I don't give a fuck about the World Cup. Take this shit off. Or you can add one. Okay. I'll figure that out later.
This man was threatening life repeatedly. Why didn't they shut him down? Because he's useful for the agenda.
What about what he's doing is supporting or helping their agenda?
Well, three things. Number one, they want to test the
Damn, you said Supergirl was terrible. Avatar is better. They have the show. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna check both of them out. But damn, Supergirl was terrible. I was kind of upset because I think that the lady that's playing Supergirl is fugly. For those of you who don't know what fugly mean, in Philly, fugly means fucking ugly. Why didn't you just get the girl that was playing on the TV show? She was pretty to the motherfucker. You went and grabbed Beetlejuice to play Supergirl.
temperament of black people. Number two, they want to see if they can get black people to act emotionally and in a disorganized state to justify mass elimination. Okay. And number 3 is good cop, bad cop. One of the ways we're going to try to keep black people under control is to make them think there is justice in this country for them. So we'll give them a Chud the Builder and convict him. It doesn't mean anything because Carmelo's still going to jail for 35.
Wait a minute. We're gonna make black folks feel like there's justice for them, and then turn around and lock Carmelo up. What fucking sense does that make? And then let the dude that ran down the young boy over a water bottle and gunned him down get away with it. But we want to make black people feel like it's still some type of justice, right? The fuck are you talking about? You notice he ain't mentioned the dude that gunned down the young bull over a goddamn water bottle that he didn't steal and got away with it. But he's talking about one person that got in trouble because they had no way to let him out. I'm pretty sure if there was a loophole and some way to get to flip the story, they would have. This motherfucker was on camera gunning the man down before he ever even did anything. There was no way that they could have did that shit. He just a race baiting motherfucker. He has to be a psyops. I am partly convinced that Umar, if there is a psyops going on with people trying to get us to race a race war, Umar is the biggest advocator. He is the FBI, CIA, government #1 agent. Think about it. Look how long they let him run his scam. They let him lie on his taxes. They let him do so much shit that anybody else would have went to jail for. And now he's out here race baiting, telling black folks to get up in arms for a motherfucking race war. If that ain't a psyops, I don't know what a psyops is.
I think it's interesting that they asked why Carmelo Anthony, because it really wasn't a knife. It was a tool, one of those.
It's a multi-tool.
Multi-tool. So he
that
had
any kid can have,
right,
who's ever been in the Boy Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts. We was expected to carry those. We took them to school. It was never a problem.
Oh, shit. Hold up, nigga. You was in the Boy Scouts. Did this nigga just say he was in the Boy Scouts? This nigga said there was no Boy Scouts out here. I don't know any Boy Scouts that was even in this. Hold on, let me check. Because I don't remember no Boy Scouts being out here. None. But he did say he lived in North Carolina. Were there Boy Scouts in the state of Pennsylvania? Yes, there were Boy Scouts that have rich century-long history in Pennsylvania, dating back to 1908. Were there any Boy Scouts in Philadelphia? Yes, Philadelphia has a deep historic connection to the Boy Scouts. Hey, they must not have been around when I was a kid because I don't remember no Boy Scouts being in our area. And if you was in the Boy Scouts, you better be careful there, little buddy. You had your booty hole played with a couple of times. A couple of times. I don't know nobody that was in the Boy Scouts that didn't come back with some stories of being fondled. And this is not funny. It's funny on his behalf. But hey, Malik, what's up, good brother? What's up, Unc? How you doing? I don't know nobody that was in the Boy Scouts that didn't go through some type of trauma, bro. Maybe that's why you hate white folks. Them white folks was playing in your butt. Said my son didn't have that tool, right? Um, maybe that's why he hate white folks. Them white Boy Scouts was playing in his butt, playing in his cake hole.
Until zero tolerance.
But zero tolerance. I was in school for that. But they'll ask the question as to why Carmelo Anthony has a multi-tool, but they won't ask the question why Chud the Builder is strapped at a courthouse. He's strapped at the courthouse.
Because remember, white people have the
No, he left the courthouse and came back strapped.
privilege of always being innocent even when they're guilty. See, they have a right to carry a weapon. Black people don't. That's why Carmelo gets questioned about a multi-tool, a Boy Scout multi-tool, but Chud the Builder can be armed at the courthouse.
You know what the problem with the Boy Scout multi-tool is? There are no more Boy Scouts. Doofus McGoofus. Now, if you said that it was a multi-tool for track, which I heard that it was, that's different. But to say Boy Scouts, nigga, that is not helping the argument, my nigga.
You're seeing white privilege in front of your face. And here's what I want to make sure we don't do as American Africans. A lot of us are still in denial about racism. I don't know how. After 407 years, black people are still in denial about racism. But I'm going to say this, Loon. We have to make sure we don't.
None of us are in denial about racism. We know that there are racist people out there. We know it. But we are not going to feed. We're done feeding into it. Yes, we will fight back if it comes in our direction. But we are not going to go around looking for it like you do. That's a difference. When you keep going around looking for racism and trying to find racism in everything, your mind gets warped. This is why you are the way you are. You are consumed with racism, so you believe that every fucking thing that is going on is racism. That's your problem. We know that there's still racism, but we don't go looking for it. You create your reality. And if your mind is hell-bent and wrapped around racism, that's all you're going to get. And that's probably why you keep walking into the shit. Now, I think he's lying, but if that's the case, that if he really is going through it, then that's why. Because you keep your mind consumed in it. We are not going to let racism. Your problem is you let racism hold you back, and we're not. Black folks, other black folks are not going to feed into it. We're not. I'm done feeding into the shit. Now, if it comes my way, I'm going to shut it down immediately. You fuck around and get your teeth knocked out. But will I go around looking for it? No. Why would you want to look for something like that? Why? You ever heard of the phrase fuck around and find out? Said Rim, you know I run a rights and passion program for real black boys and not the invisible ones. Unmold speaks about Didi D. In the first place we went to was Texas law. Oh yeah, yeah. I do know that, Malik. I do. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Become accomplices to the crime of white supremacy.
Well, technically, you are an accomplice to white supremacy when you go looking for white supremacy and then trying to force feed white supremacy onto other black people. Here in Cali, the law is the same. You can't take a knife into a fist fight, period. It wasn't a knife though, Unc. It was a tool that they used to take the cleats off the back of track shoes. Apparently, that's what I heard. Apparently, it wasn't a knife. Apparently, it was a tool that they used to take the cleats off of track shoes. I mean, I gotta do more research on it, but that's what I've been hearing. So, how long we been live? They don't show it on here for some reason. Let me check. Okay, we got a little bit of time. Y'all wanna matter of fact, we're gonna do an Umar tonight. Fuck young Pharaoh. I don't even wanna get into that nigga. We'll do Umar tonight.
Do the Chud the beep of thing where they are, like you said, being upfront and honest with, I don't like you. He was outside of the Carmelo Anthony thing saying he's a killer. He need to be hung from the tree back there. Like he was saying that kind of stuff.
Because they wanted him to.
I think so, and you're right, because he had accounts on, he was streaming. But I think they did make it harder for him to stream. And again, like you said, some of that is illusion.
If a black person gets online and speak too politically about anything, they shut you down, bro. This man was threatening life repeatedly.
Let me fast forward.
People say, wait a minute. In one case, a black boy is punished hard over killing during a confrontation. In another, a black child allegedly accused of stealing water is shot while running away, and the shooter walks.
That's the case I was talking about.
In your opinion, happened in this Rick Child case?
The ghost of Latasha Harlins.
Rainy security camera videotape.
What the fuck did he just say? The fuck did this nigga just say? You said you here for it. I'm gonna just do Umar tonight. We can do Young Pharaoh. Young Pharaoh needs his own live stream, so we're gonna do Young Pharaoh tomorrow. High off mushrooms again, unless that's what y'all want to do. He said 3-inch folding utility knife, sir, not for cliques. That's what I said. So I heard. That's why I said I gotta do more research on it. Y'all gotta listen to what I'm saying. But thank you for the $1.99 super chat. I appreciate that. That's why I said I gotta do my own research. I said so I've heard. That's why you gotta listen to the context of what I'm saying. I'm gonna do Young Pharaoh tomorrow after work. Yeah, I'm gonna do Young Pharaoh tomorrow. We're gonna stick to Umar tonight. He said Spider-Man tomorrow. He said, no, it was a knife, crocodile. That's not a knife. This is a knife. No, but either way, like I said, he was wrong for having a knife at school, even though I heard that he was being bullied prior to that. But like I said again, I got to do more research on this case. That's why y'all didn't hear me speak too much on it, because I didn't look into it as much as I should.
Allegedly accused of stealing water is shot while running away, and the shooter walks. What, in your opinion, happened in this Rick Child case?
The ghost of Latasha Harlins.
Grainy security camera videotape graphically depicts the last few moments of 15-year-old Latasha Harlins' life.
Store owner Soonja Du thought 15-year-old Latasha Harlins was going to steal some orange juice.
She had the money in her hand. You can see the money in the videotape. And the suspect grabbed the backpack, and there became a physical altercation over the backpack. And as our victim turned to walk away from the scene, the suspect raised a weapon and shot the victim in the back of the head.
Latasha was an A student, honor.
Wait a minute. Wait. Back that up. Back it up, and just hold the boat for a second. Is this man saying that the ghost of I'm about to drop the link for in a second for you? I got you. Is he trying to say that the ghost of Latasha Harlan is the reason why this young man was unalived? So now we blaming ghosts of other black people for the unaliving of other young black people? The fuck is he talking about? That just made absolutely no sense whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to drop the link for you. This thing is freezing up on me. Oh my God. Y'all sound crazy as hell. Hold on, let me do it on my phone. Rosetta, thank you for the 10 jewels. I appreciate that. The floating heart 10 jewels. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. And if anybody wants to support the channel, you can send a gift. You can hit the Cash App or PayPal at the bottom of the chat, or you could just hit the like button. We do have a stream goal that we would like to hit once a week. So if you would like to do that, $25. You can do that. Or like I said, you can send a gift, or you could just hit that motherfucking like button. It's all supporting the channel. Hold on. I just put the link in the chat. Hold up. Okay, there we go.
Student. She got money every week for her allowance, so she did not have to steal orange juice.
The store clerk, a Korean woman, is now in jail. The black community is outraged over the killing. The NAACP is demanding the clerk be tried for murder.
Stop killing our children! We want justice!
Would the court please read the verdict? Title of court and cause. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Soonja Du, guilty of voluntary manslaughter in violation of Penal Code Section 192A.
It is not a time for rhetoric. which serves no purpose other than to fuel the fire. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire that's already burning. It is my opinion that Mrs. Dew is not a danger to the community and that she is not going to reoffend.
I know a criminal when I see one. I know a person who presents a danger to the community when I see one. When I don't, I treat that person as something other than that.
She got away with murder.
I damn sure hope so, that there would be all the hell in the black community.
Somebody would care.
Stand up and see this insanity for exactly what it is. Black people once again being unjustly treated by this.
Stay on the street. Since we don't pick cotton anymore and cut sugar cane, our lives is not worth anything.
Our digital PDF, Black History Facts You Probably Didn't Learn in School, is full of black stories and facts that aren't usually taught in school. The PDF includes information that is often overlooked in traditional education and history books. The digital PDF can be downloaded and read at your convenience. You don't want to miss out on the chance to uncover the untold black history facts and stories. Click the link in our bio to support BHU.
What happened in Los Angeles right before the Rodney King riots, and it was part of the reason for the Rodney. A lot of people think the Rodney King riots alone was only about the acquittal of the white police
I'm trying to bring you up.
who beat Rodney King. Rest in peace. No, remember, a few days after Rodney King, Latasha Harlins gets shot in the back of the head loan. Shot in the head over an item from the store.
There you go. There you go. What's up, Unc? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Rim?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. Thanks for having me, man. Long time no see. How you been? How's the family?
I'm doing good. We doing good. Unc. How you been?
Hey, man. Just, raising these boys in the street law soldier to pass this program and, 10 grandsons and all the other black boys I come in contact with. Overall, Rim, I have no complaints whatsoever, and I'm not going to be long because I'm on the move. I was just doing some surfing, YouTube surfing, because someone had sent me a link, and I seen that you were live. So I'm not here to invade your show or anything like that. I'm not going to be long. I just want to, if we're going to talk about Umar, I just simply want to get right to the school real quick to show the people again that my credentials were questioned behind the scene. My 30 plus years of experience in building and construction was questioned behind the scene. But I'm going to I'll take it to my grave with valid proof that those bandos will never open. And the number one problem is what I said all of last year on almost 100 shows, is the black mold. I bought the black mold to YouTube. If you remember that, Ram, when everybody was focusing on the inside, I bought the black mold to YouTube. And I'm gonna say it again. I'll stand over my parents' grave, my daughter's grave, and I'll tell everyone here again. Until those buildings are tested, treated, and retested for black mold, which Umar never did, those buildings will never, ever open, Rim, even to sell 3-day-old bread and stale hot dogs. It's just not going to happen. And what's so sad about it is that we spend so much time worried about if Umar is telling the truth about anything he says about those buildings. And let me say this as well, one more time. Brothers and sisters, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is go to the city of Wilmington, Delaware, and anything, and the operative word is legal. Anything, Rim, that's legal about those bandos, I don't care what category it falls under. There's 26 letters in the alphabet. It could be a category for, it could be an issue for all 26 letters. If it's legit, Rim, it's going to be on record with the city of Wilmington, Delaware. We spend, not me, because I'm done with it, because I told you last year what was going to happen. It's not going to open. The buildings are contaminated, and I'm not even talking about the soil. This is the mold that Umar convinced himself and many of you that you can paint over, and as long as it's shiny, everything is going to be all right. If you go to the city of Wilmington, Delaware right now and pull up the records, it'll show you nothing has been done even close to an inspection, let alone a certificate of occupancy. Matter of fact, some of you may have seen the information man last show, Rim.
Yep, I
He
saw
went
it.
out, you saw it?
Yep.
Okay. Did you
I
see
talked
when he
about it.
pulled up? Did you see when he pulled up that information about what needed to be done? What
Yep.
he did was pulled up the same punch list that I thought I was educating the people on all the way last year, even into this year. Everything I told you guys with my 30 plus years of building and construction, and including doing about 5 major mold remediation jobs, is what's going on with the building right now. And I'm going to say my famous line that I've been saying since day one. And I don't know what you grown folks, some of you are obviously not grown. You're even grandmothers and grandfathers, and some of you are even great grandmothers and grandfathers. And I don't understand what you don't understand, what illusion of progress, what a prompt means. Those buildings are a prompt for Umar Johnson to continue to take money. And Rim, here's the famous saying, when I say it, some of you are going to remember. The inside can look like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, I said
Even
that
with,
the other day.
you remember that? Do you remember that, Rim?
I said it the other day.
Okay, then. Even with, here we go, Rim. Even with those shiny floors and shiny desks, nothing matters with the inside and outside of those bandos but the mold that's behind the paint on those walls. And if you're not trained to know what to look for, if you're not trained to know what to smell when you walk up on them, they look nice and shiny, just like those floors. That's the only reason why I got on your show tonight, Rim, because I don't do shows anymore because I was insulted that my expertise. Now, if a white man had a got on all of these shows for free and gave y'all this valuable information, there wouldn't have been a question. But everything I told y'all about those bandos is the very reason why they will never, ever open. You guys are expecting Umar to address the mold. He's not going to do it because Umar has been trained and conditioned to play with people's mind. He's a psychologist. So he knows how to show you shiny buildings. He knows how to show you shiny floors. He knows how to show you shiny desks. He knows how to go in and push the button and water is coming out. However, he knows that you don't know. Behind those shiny walls is mold. Underneath those shiny floors is structural damage. Why you think he doesn't, when he shows you the gym, you don't have to look at anything else, Rim. Look at the floors and see the warp in the floors. You can't sanction a legal basketball game with floors that look like that, but show black people the shiny object and they'll fall for it every time. And brothers and sisters, going on 7+ years, You guys have been shown a shiny object, and you guys have been trained and conditioned to, if Umar says it, it just has to be true, Ram. It has to be true. Umar has special rules and special laws. And I don't mean to sound like this because I love my people, but this has been going on for 15 years, and it's the people's fault.
Did
Because
you
in
hear?
closing, Ram, go ahead, sir, because I don't.
Did you hear about the paddle room?
Oh, of course, of
The paddle
course,
room where he's gonna
yeah,
spank women.
of course. But again, none of that really matters, Ram, because the school will never open. Umar has no business inside the school. He has no business even taking anyone inside the school. But again, the reason why he continues to do it, and you heard me say this many different shows last year into this year, because Black people are not going to do the needed work to shut it down. Did you remember when he had that woman advertising her smoothie or whatever that was inside that building? A white person would have got on the phone and said, why are y'all allowing Mr. Johnson to shoot commercials inside of his building? See, that was illegal. He jeopardized that woman and he jeopardized her building. But as been going on for 15 years, no one said a word because you all are addicted to do just what you're doing now. You are addicted to hearing Umar sit on the couch and talk about everybody business, Rim. But let me ask you a question, nephew, before I go. And I still consider you nephew. I don't have any hard feelings. No one gave me anything for any of the shows I did on YouTube. I never asked because I don't need it. I bought valuable free information for the sole purpose of educating our people, because if you learn from Umar, you should never be scammed again. And I keep telling y'all, why has no one ever sit down and did a video about nothing but Umar's personal life? But what do? You know I'm telling the truth. We love to hear him tear down others. We love it. See, but you will never hear, even the show that he keep going on with this brother right here. I guarantee you that brother will never do a personal interview about Umar's personal life. Look how much, Rim, you know about my personal life, and we've never met. You understand what I'm saying, Rim? We do that to everybody but Umar Johnson, but we get a kick out of it when he sits down and and even if you agree with the folks that he tear down, this is not what this is about. This is about we have continue to contribute to Umar's behavior because accountability in the Black community is kryptonite. We do not hold the Umar Johnsons responsible because all we care about, and you're doing it right now respectfully, we run to these shows and we are killing ourselves because we are so in tune. We are so addicted to what Umar is saying, as if he's done anything to move the needle to help Black people change their lives. And I'm just waiting for somebody to show me the evidence. See, and I don't know if it's because, unlike me, Rim, and so many others, the Umar Johnsons never having a doctorate degree again never excited me, because when I was a kid, the ninth of 10 children, when I didn't know what a name and letters in front or behind the name, my two older brothers, right out of West Oakland, had PhDs when Umar Johnson was walking around in Philly shitting in his diapers. So I don't know if that was what caught black folks' attention. I don't know if that still gets Black folks' attention. But there are many Black men across this country that are the true standards of what too many of you have held Umar Johnson to be. I know a whole lot of brothers that have PhDs. They're family men. They're married. They take care of their children. They take care of their wives. They take care of their families. Who do you know always by themselves? All the siblings he has. Both of his parents are living. Nephews and nieces. Because it's all a gimmick. And I'm going to leave you with this in the audience, Jeremy.
Hold on, before you do
If
that,
I had,
I just want to
if I
clarify.
had,
I
go,
don't.
go
He's
right,
not.
go right ahead, man. Before I go, you go ahead.
There's people in the chat that think that you're talking directly to them. I want to let y'all know that I don't believe that he's talking to y'all necessarily because y'all are over here and this channel is against Umar. So I don't think he's talking to you guys. I think he's talking to Umar supporter in general.
Thank you for correcting that, Remy. That's exactly what I'm doing. Thank you,
Okay.
sir. And
Yeah,
I'm sorry they feel that way, but
yeah,
no.
I
And if you
clarify.
are a supporter, that's okay. It's just a matter of if the information that I'm sharing, if it's valid or not.
Right.
That's what it come down. But I wanted to get on here since you're going to talk about. It's two things that have always bothered me about the Umar sector. The fact that we keep falling for the situation with the school, and the fact that we get kicks out of him talking about everybody, 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. But nowhere have I ever seen anyone do, if it ain't but a 15-minute interview, talk to Umar about his personal life. I know things about your personal life, Remy, because we didn't have no problem talking about it.
Right.
Okay. But and why is that so important? Because how do you have the audacity to talk about some of the areas that you're talking about and you're not qualified? Why would I have Umar on the show about black family before I have you? You know why most people will have him before you? Because of his name. But Rim, you have the experience because you're a married man. You have 5 children, but no one will never ask you to be on their show over Umar Johnson about family, about raising children, about having a wife, about living with the woman. That's all that I'm saying. And again, as far as the school, if you never hear from me again, Rim, I guarantee you, the school is being held up because mold is Umar's #1 problem. And you notice anything that's Umar's #1 problem historically, he never talks about it unless he has to. So y'all keep going for the shiny floors. Y'all keep going for the shiny desk. And to show you his mindset, Ram, you remember he had the opportunity to get hundreds of desks. Those desks that he has in that classroom, those desks belong to more Academy. Just like most of the paint, if not all the paint that you see on those walls inside and out. See, so this is the kind of stuff that you have to look at. You didn't even buy the paint that you painted all these rooms inside and out. You refused to pay for hundreds of new desks because it was cheaper for you to get some that happened to still be on the school premises. And you shined them up and you got your people dangling and believing. He said he's waiting for his final inspection, and the records clearly show he hasn't had any inspection. He hasn't even applied for one. This is not brain surgery, brothers and sisters. The same internet that you use to be on Remy show and all these other shows, all you got to do is take the time and pull up. And basically, you know what? You don't even have to go and look for a permit. You don't really have to go and technically see if he even applied, which I've already done for a so-called inspection. You don't even have to worry about wasting your time, brothers and sisters, to see if he's applied for a certificate of occupancy, which he can't get until he passed the inspection. All you got to do, Rim, if those bandos continue to sit on the vacant properties list, you don't have to go to any other list. You don't have to go to any other list. If they still sit on the vacant properties list, Rim, you don't have to do anything else. That alone tells you all you need to know, because when you are in compliance, when you've passed the inspection, when you have a certificate of occupancy, it all works together. The building automatically will come off of the vacant property list. And when you pull it up, like you can pull up any business in the city of Wilmington, it's going to tell you the status of that building. So I just wanted to get on here and remind the people, let's continue to don't stop worrying about the inside of those bandos. Basically, nothing has changed until he addressed that mold. Until and unless he addressed that mold, you're going to continue to see those buildings used as a prompt, a cash cow, and an illusion of progress. And brothers and sisters, no, I'm not talking to any one of you in particular. I'm talking to his supporters, because there's a saying that there's a fool born every day. And what happens is when people just now learn about Umar, they don't know the past like most of us do, they're going to go with what they see, Ram. You understand what I'm saying? And they think everything is good. So this is really for the people that don't know any better, or for some reason continue to fall for what I simply called an illusion of progress. And all you have to do for the last time is go to the city of Wilmington, put that address in, see if it's on the vacant property list, and that'll tell you what me, you, and so many others have to. It's all lip service, because if you remember, Rim, what did I tell you? If Umar ever, even though he does those interviews, he gets paid for doing the interviews, his cash cow is those buildings. So he has to keep hyping those bandos, because that's where the majority of his money comes from. You guys must keep this in mind, because they pay him for it's a cash cow. That's what it is. See? So let me go in here and show them the waterworks. Let me go in here and show them after all of these years, the floors have been waxed. Let me go in here and show them that I done took some used desks and shined them up with some Dollar Tree polish. And every time I do that, for those that don't know, so you can know that I'm not talking about you personally. For those of you don't know, it'll sell every time. So brothers and sisters, take Umar for what he's worth to you. But in terms of the school, it's not going to happen. I told you that. I think me and you going on about a year now, Rim, that we met each other through YouTube. So I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you, has anything changed in terms of those bandos, just using you and I? Has anything changed in terms of those bandos in the year that me and you have known each other? This has nothing to do with anybody and anything else. This is a direct question to you to help prove my point. Not that I need to. Has anything changed, man?
No, it's been the same. It's been the same damages. He's been walking through the same hallway in the building, showing the same 3 classrooms. He has not shown anything different. And if you see the new videos that's been recorded by Enterprise, he went up there about a month ago. All those black mold is even worse.
Ram, did I not say it was gonna get worse?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Did I not say the mold will take over and almost look like the paint itself? Did I not? I don't need validation. What you're saying is speaking for itself. You just answered any validation I need. A year later, when me and you met each other, has anything changed? No.
And I definitely been saying that over the last few months. I was like, Malik told us that this was going to happen. And when he showed us the last video of the shiny floors, I was like, Malik said this. He said he's going to shine it up. And Malik said that it doesn't matter if he got the building looking like Taj Mahal, as long as there's black mold on the outside of that. And you can go back to a couple of my live streams. I definitely said that at least 3 times.
What you're saying, because I've been away. So you're saying you have been teaching this realm. You've never gotten away from that.
This the whole time. I was like, Malik even said this. I was like, Malik said no matter how he spiffies up the inside of that building, as long as that black mold and them cracked cement and the rusty bars is still outside of there, is nothing that he's going to do to pass it.
That's all I wanted to come in. I just wanted to come back for the first time in a while and basically do what me and you have agreed upon, just to show the people nothing have changed. And so if you haven't caught on, then you really just don't understand, or you just in denial. Because a lot of what I've learned, Remy, especially stepping away and being on the outside looking in, a lot of people want it to happen so bad. It's just hard for them to accept that it's never going to happen.
Right.
That's just like someone is in ICU, someone has been moved from ICU to hospice. It doesn't matter, Rem, how much I want the person to live. When they move you from ICU to hospice, it's just a matter of time. And how I feel about it is not going to change that. Because what? We all know death is inevitable.
Right.
This is what's going on with those bandos. See, how many times even have you seen him outside, even working outside of the painting? How many times I'm not talking about yard work or anything. These are just small, simple things that you can look at, and common sense will tell you it doesn't make any sense. You never see him doing anything to the outside, other than when he put the paint on it.
The most I seen him do outside was when he was pretending to put salt down on the same. He kept walking up and down the same sidewalk, putting salt down. He had one bag of salt for the whole entire building, and he kept walking down the same sidewalk, acting like he was salting the sidewalk. That's the most I seen him do outside, other than the painting that he had those elderly people do.
Absolutely. And remember, Ram, because you the one actually reminded me of this, you and Manny. And remember, even that gold paint that you see is old paint because it belonged to Moyle. When you buy something, just like when I bought this house, you find stuff. So all of that paint that he using was paint that was all raised on the premises. And what's so sad about it, brothers and sisters, when you have a nonprofit, you are encouraged more so than anything, more than what I call begging. You are encouraged, Ram, to do fundraising. I just did a fundraising for my nonprofit all the way at the Oakland Coliseum, my home city, yesterday. Rim, I took the time, I rented a truck, I took all the donated items that I've got, took them to the flea market, paid $40 to get in, and sold as much stuff, because Umar has it set up to where people think when you have a nonprofit, you beg. But if you know the nonprofit laws, you are encouraged to fundraise, brothers and sisters, more than you are ever encouraged to beg. And that's the one platform that Umar has stayed on under his nonprofit realm and never got away from. You're not supposed to get on here and have a nonprofit, and the only way you make money is to beg the people. And then on top of that, don't give them tax receipts so they can get credit for it. You're supposed to go out and do fundraising. And I did one yesterday all the way in Oakland. It was a 2-day project, but I did it because that's what I'm supposed to do. All of this stuff is violation of nonprofit. But when you have the people that are not really willing to do the real work, because if you really want to hit him where it hurt, You go down there and you build a relationship with the people that run the city. That's the bottom line. So thank you, Rem, for your time. Thank you for allowing me to speak. I didn't get on here to drag anybody. I didn't. Thank you for clearing that up. I just when I was about to get off, but when you said you were going to switch over to Umar, I say, well, this is the opportune time. Whether the people need to or want to hear it or not, this is an opportune time to just give the people a reminder. And that's why I put you on the spot. So because I know there's other ones out there that see the same thing. There's others out there that already know what I'm saying is true. I just wanted the people to see that here it is, half of a new year, and it's the same thing. I don't have to say it, Remy. You just did. The same rooms, the same rooms, the same rooms, the same office, the same hallways. The only different, brothers and sisters, is that the floors were shined and waxed, and he put some wax and shine on the desk. But those desks, those shiny desks, are sitting in the same room as Umar, as Remy had said, that we've been saying ever since he got that school. And keep in mind, brothers and sisters, if I'm not mistaken, Rem, is the anniversary date July or was it January? Because if it's July, it'll be 7 years. It'll be 7 years next month.
I think it might have been January. I think the 7 year mark already came up. I'm not. I haven't been keeping date when it started.
Okay. But you understand what I'm saying? This now we're in the 7th year. So that's all, brothers and sisters. Hey, thank you guys for having me. Like I said, I'm not here to hurt anyone's feelings. I just want our people to wake up, because if you learn from Umar about grifting and scamming, illusion of progress, then no one will ever be able to scam and con our people again. Because I will admit, the brother is good at what he does, but he's only as lasted as long as he has, because overall, not any particular people but overall, he's lasted as long as he has because the people have allowed it. But brothers and sisters, for the last time, the buildings can look like the Taj Mahal. Those floors don't even have to be shining. You can step them up and you can be walking on diamonds. There's just a nice painted walls with diamond floors, but mold is reeking inside and outside those buildings all day, every day. And not only do you have to solve the mold problem, once again, you got to get back into having the HVAC tested. You have to have the water tested. You have to have the air tested, because mold contaminates everything. How many of you all remember the last Information Man show I was on? A young lady came in and commented and said her auntie had a one mold spot rim in her closet. I remember it like it was yesterday. And she told the whole show in the comment section, they didn't just shut down the apartment, they shut down the whole floor and put all the tenants in the hotel. Do you remember that, Rim? And the reason why is because the mold travels. So it contaminates the air, it contaminates the water, it contaminates your AC system. So even addressing the mold, you still got to start all over and test the HVAC, test the water, and test the air. Umar has a lot of work to do, and unfortunately, he longer has the money to do what needs to be done. Hey, brother, God bless you, Ram. Thank you for having me, man. I'm on the move. Like I said, I was channel surfing because somebody sent me a link, and I'm one of those people, Ram. When you send something to my phone, I want to go to the big screen, to the computer, so I can see it. I seen you were live, and I came over. You happened to be talking about Umar, and I thought it was an opportune time. So again, just remind the people, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't fall for the illusion of progress. And more importantly, all you have to do, you have the advantage, people. I don't have to get on here. If I'm a Umar supporter, I don't have to get on here and argue with Rim and have Rim convince me of anything. Because as a grown man, if I really want to know, all I would have to do is go to the computer, pull up the records, and if it's legal, it's going to tell me everything I need to know about those bandos on both sides of the street. This is not rocket science. It's not brain surgery. And I would encourage each and every, now I am talking to those of you that are listening. You do not have to get into an argument or debate with anything that has to do with those bandos. Umar name don't even have to come up. Say, hey, I tell you what, Rimron, I'm gonna prove you wrong because I'm fit to go to my computer. I'm gonna look it up, and then I'll come back on and talk on your show if you still on the air. Brothers and sisters, that's how easy it is. Other than that, it's lip service and illusion of progress. God bless you, brother. Thank you for having me. I hope I've been some help. And you know you owe me a phone call, and I'm still waiting for it.
I just turned my phone back on. I got you on. I just turned my
Yeah,
phone
and I
back
know, and I know you just started working too. I would know that because you told me the last
Yeah.
time we communicated. But it's all good. I just want you all to know there's no hard feelings. Everything I do it for the people, and you know that. And I just wanted to take advantage of basically just giving the people an update that nothing really has changed. You don't have to believe me as an example. Just go right to the records. Skip looking for a permit. Skip looking for an inspection. Skip looking for a certificate of occupancy. Go to the vacant properties category. If the address for those two buildings still, now remember they already were on there when he bought them. If they still sit on the vacant property abandoned listing, nothing else matters. Peace, love, and light, brother. This Uncle Malik. I'm out.
All right, man. Have a good one. Shout out to Uncle Malik for coming up, showing love to the channel. Very glad he popped back up. Very glad he popped back up because there was some controversy going on when the Marianne shit hit. I did speak to him outside of YouTube, and he had a lot of things going on when that stuff happened. I don't even think he know what the hell was going on when it happened. To be honest with you, I don't even think he knows about it. He probably knows about it now, but I don't think he knew when it did happen. So that's probably why he didn't have much to say about it. And I'm definitely gonna give you a phone call. Like I said, I just started working. I just got my first paycheck this week. I just turned my shit on. Let me get my shit in, and I be getting off late, so I don't know what time to be calling people and stuff because I don't get home till like 11 o'clock. But I'm gonna give you a phone call as soon as possible. I probably call you tomorrow during my lunch break. That way, I got some time to talk to you. I also spoke to Manny as well, and me and him had a conversation. I apologize to Manny because I felt like it was unnecessary to be mad at him. It's fucking YouTube. I shouldn't even be mad at him for doing what he did. Like, he a grown man. Why the fuck was I even mad in the first place? I understand why everybody else was mad. They felt like he switched sides. From what I got from him, he said he had his reasons, and he said that he saw the check. Now, I had my arguments with him about that, about the check, and I didn't want to get in too much about the check because I said we got to disagree, or we agree to disagree on that. He said that he saw a different check, and I gotta find out what check that he saw. But as far as me and him beefing, I felt like I shouldn't even, gave that any attention and did what I did. Just like with knee slap, I went over there and we spoke. I don't want to be going back and forth with people on YouTube because that's hindering my channel. I know a lot of people come around beef and the drama, and sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes it's not. So I've cleared things up with a lot of people. That don't necessarily mean that I'm going to be working with these people. I mean, we all know. Yeah, I told you. Malik didn't know nothing about that shit. That's why he ain't say nothing. But yeah, that doesn't mean I'm going to be working with these people again. But I did want to make a public apology to Mandy about that. I told him I was going to do that, and I'm going to keep my word on it. Yeah, I will do that. But let's get back to this content and back to Umar and what's going on.
Or that she didn't even steal. And guess what the white woman got? Asian rice bunny. Probation.
Whoa.
That's why LA burned. Not just for Rodney King, for Latasha Harlins. So you mean to tell me it was big? It was big, bro. It was as big as Rodney. It was as big as Rodney King. But what they did was they let it die down a little bit before they gave her the probation. Take it off the TV, right? So here we go 35 years later, same situation. 35 years, Loon. You didn't have Bill Clinton, justice still ain't changed. You didn't have George Bush, justice still ain't changed. You didn't have Barack Obama, justice still ain't changed. You didn't have number one, Trump, number two, Joe Biden. You didn't have six presidents. Still ain't getting no justice. Cyrus goes into, they thought he stole some water. He didn't steal no water. He leaves the store. Andy, Child Che Ming, the son, he decides to walk out. Then the daddy and the mom follow suit. The camera doesn't show us everything, right? So we don't have footage in either one of these cases that we can really see, allegedly. They allege that a 61-year-old Chinese man from Hong Kong chased a 15-year-old black boy 110 yards long. Do you really think a 61-year-old man?
Yes, I fucking do believe a 61-year-old Chinese man could chase a fucking teenager. Do you see these motherfuckers? These motherfuckers trained. Have you not watched the movies in the documentaries on these motherfuckers? They live to 112 years old over there. These motherfuckers eat healthy. What are you talking about? Nah, but if he'd been in America this whole time, yeah, that's hard to believe that a 60-year-old man would chase him. But when you say Asian, though, that's kind of, you got to be on the fence with that one. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of on the fence with that one because I done seen some old Asian people fuck people up, dog. I done seen some old Asian people, and then not that I'm on the Asian dude side at all, because I think that old Asian man should get the motherfucking death penalty if he definitely did that shit. But from the evidence I'm gathering is it wasn't the father. It was the son that did it, allegedly, and then the father took the rap for him so they can get off. And if you're blaming the father, all the evidence of the son doing it goes out the window. That's what I've gathered from the information that I've heard from this story. But like I said, I got to do one more. I got my own shit going on right now. I haven't really been in the news, This is just the information that I've gathered so far hearing about it. So I can't really give an opinion on that. But what I can say is I've definitely seen some 60-year-old Asian people do some shit that they should not be able to do. But from what I heard, it was the son, and the dad took the rap for him because he knew he would get off. From the information that I've gathered, like I said, I can't give you my full opinion on that because I haven't done full research on it. I'm not going to give you an opinion on some shit that I have not done research on. I've only heard different sides of the story. But I can say I saw the shit. One of my senseis was like fucking 70, and this motherfucker was doing whole backflips. One of my instructors in jiu-jitsu, This nigga was like 70. All right, I'm exaggerating a little bit, maybe about like 55 to 60. But he shouldn't have been doing this shit. He's 55 to 60. He shouldn't be in this motherfucker doing backflips, balling motherfuckers up that are he's twice their age. I mean, he was in there wrecking motherfuckers, doing cartwheels and backflips and all types of shit.
Can chase a black teenager 110 yards and catch up to him?
They say anything at this point.
I believe
Now,
Andy Child.
Now, if you said a 60-year-old Asian man chasing a Ethiopian kid, then I'd have been like, all right, nigga, now you're lying. You know them Ethiopians, you ain't chasing them niggas down at all. But hold up, what's going on here? Hold up. Now, if you were saying he was chasing an Ethiopian kid or something like that, then that's a different story. That's a different story. But just a regular black kid, I don't know, dog. I don't know. I've been seeing some old Asian niggas do some shit that they ain't really physically supposed to do. Have you ever watched old Chinese movies? Have you ever seen anime? Even though it's anime, what's the number one rule in anime? Don't fuck with the old nigga. Don't fuck with the old nigga. Have you ever seen them old Chinese movies? Don't fuck with the old nigga. He knows something. You know that old nigga in the movie that's always would always go, I don't want any trouble. I don't want no problems. I don't want any trouble. That's one thing I learned about Asian folks. You get into an argument with an Asian motherfucker and he say, I don't want any trouble. Leave that nigga alone. Leave that nigga alone. I don't want any problems. This is not what you want. I don't want any trouble. Leave that nigga alone. He telling you that for a reason. Go home.
Was Brother Cyrus Carmack Belton's killer. And I believe the father simply decided to take the rap for his son.
Wow.
And I believe Cyrus was shot, not because he pointed a gun at Andy, but because they couldn't catch him. They could not be outsmarted by the little black boy, so they decided to take his life. Remember, according to the pathologist, Cyrus was in a runner's position when he was shot in the back. Loon, how am I posing any threat at all?
Yes, I get that, but you're always taking the goalpost and moved it because they were outsmarted by the black kid. I don't think it was because it was outsmarted. I think it's just simply because they were racist. But you always got to make this is where the race baiting goes. Yes, I get what you're saying, and it could be true. I mean, most likely it is true. But when you be like, oh, you couldn't they were mad because the black kid was smarter than them and they got outsmarted, you're race baiting. These niggas was mad because they thought that he stole a water bottle. Yes, they could have been racist. Most likely was racist because I've heard they had a history of it, but I got to do more research on it. Like I said, I've only heard hearsay. But it sounds like to me they were just racist, but you get what I'm saying? He's race baiting. He's trying to tick off Asian people by saying this little black kid was smarter than these older Asian people, and that's why they shot him. That's not the case. I believe that these motherfuckers either actually thought that he stole a water bottle, even though it doesn't explain or justify you shooting this young man in his back and unaliving him. Racism had to come into play for you to do something like that. Now, like I said, I'm not taking their side because I believe whoever did it deserves more than jail. They deserve the fucking death penalty. You unalived a child over a fucking water bottle. You lucky we didn't burn that motherfucking store down with you in it. Locked you in that bitch and burned it down. That's what the fuck we should have did. But he's not making it any better by rage baiting, and race baiting, talking about they were upset that this little black kid outsmarted these Asian people. What are you trying to prove? What are you trying to prove by doing that? You see what I'm saying? In every single case that he has talked about, he rage and race baits people into being upset. Why can't we just be upset about the fact that it was wrong, it was unjustified, and we didn't get our justice? You got to make it into something very racist and rage baiting. It seems to me more like they have more emphasized fear and probably traumatized from previous history of crimes there. That could be the case too, but that still does not justify you running down a child and shooting them in the back. Now I can see if that child turned around and fought them, and you can use that argument, Miss Independent. But they shot him in the back while he was running away. What danger did he pose? That's where the story gets complicated. That's where the story gets conflicted. But this motherfucker is trying to make us hate Asian people. He's trying to make us get a, just like he just did what he said about the white folks, saying that Chud the Builder was a psyops and we need to take arms and be prepared for a race war. Seems like you're trying to incite the race war by telling us that. I need to change
to your safety or that of your son. When I'm fleeing away from y'all, my back is to y'all. You shoot me in the back and I'm in a runner's position, and I'm going to make it even worse. Alice Chow, the wife,
Yes.
guess what she does?
What?
She compromises the crime scene. She picks up both of Cyrus's cell phones and his shoes and takes them back to the gas station. Loon, if this boy pulled out a gun on your son, okay? First of all, if he pulled out the gun, he would have never dropped it. Loon, he got on the hoodie. The gun would go back into the hoodie.
Right.
You follow me? If he ever had that gun in his hand, pointed at one of them, it would have been in.
So was he found with a gun? Did they try to act like he had a gun?
They said a gun fell out of his person while he was running.
Wow.
I'm not even convinced the gun was his.
Wait, so did they find the firearm? See, this is why I gotta do more. This is why I gotta look into this, because did they find the firearm? And again, you got a good point. Quick stop, Dante. That peace and welcome to the channel. You over here concerned about what's going on with Chud the Builder, rage baiting, trying to start a race bait, and what happened to this young man. And that's fine. But why are you doing interviews when you're supposed to be getting those inspections? You're supposed to be decorating the school. You just asked for money. I just now caught that. You are asking for money for the school to decorate. And I'm pretty sure people donated. Why aren't you there decorating? Last time we saw you there, you was there talking about you see aliens. High out your fucking mind at 1 o'clock in the morning. Why were you even at that school at that time? If you're done doing renovations and you ain't decorating, what the fuck were you doing at the school that late? To be seeing aliens. That's what I want to know. And like I said, I noticed in this interview, now I've watched part one of this interview. Not one time did Loon ass kissing ass ask anything about the school. Now this is part two. Not one time did I see Loon so far ask anything about the school. Look, my mom, y'all listen to my mom up there watching the she up there watching the Bad Girls Club with my sister. You see how they act when that shit come on? They be into that shit hard.
I'm not convinced the gun was not planted. Do you feel me? I'm not convinced of that. Was his fingerprints on the gun? Well, it would have been because it was on his.
Well, listen, Mr. Umar, I'm going to let you know this now. We can't listen to a word that you say because your opinion is always biased against white folks. We can watch, let me paint a scenario. Let's say a black man randomly just comes up and pews a white man in the face for no apparent reason. No reason at all. You know what Umar would say? I'm convinced that this was a psyops and the white man probably said something to him and slapped his mama and kicked his dog down the street 2 days prior. And that's probably what happened. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Okay, so what about, why didn't you speak on that black guy that stabbed the white lady on the bus for no reason? Now they're saying that he's incompetent to stand trial. Y'all know who I'm talking about? The black guy with the dreadlocks that just up and stabbed the white lady and unalived her on the bus for no reason. Why didn't you have nothing to say about that? If you did, you probably would have had an excuse for that. Well, the white lady probably whispered and projected the thought in his mind, calling him a nigger, and that's why he acted like that. That's probably some stupid shit he probably would have said. We can't listen to your opinion because it's you have a well-known biased opinion. You would not be. Let's say they need jurors for any of these cases that you're talking about. You know who wouldn't get picked? You know who would be the first person to be dismissed from the jury selection? This nigga him. You have a well-known biased opinion. No matter what the case, the black man could be guilty than a motherfucker. You would try to find an angle to blame it on the white man, and that's not justice. That's not fair. Yes, we've been oppressed for 400 years. Yes, it happened. It did. We won't forget that. But you are trying to recreate that. You are trying to relive that. You are trying to also monetize that. You want black folks back. You seem like that you wish that you were born during that time. So, oh my God, this thing would be so rich if he was born during slavery. Or during the time of that shit, Jim Crow and all that, this nigga would be so fucking rich probably right now, dog. That shit would be ridiculous. He'd be richer than a motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. because he knows how to rage bait, but they'd have killed his ass. Matter of fact, he wouldn't be rich. They would have unalived his ass. That's the only reason why he's able to get away with the shit that he says now. You are so hell-bent on making us relive Jim Crow in slavery days. But if you said any of the shit that you are saying during those days, there would not be a Umar Johnson. That's how I know you're a fucking coward, because you probably would have quit. All would it take is one. Now let's say if we were back in those days, all would have taken is a white man to throw a brick in his window with a letter in it saying, "Shut up, nigga, or we'll hang you and your mother." And you wouldn't see him make another fucking video. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. He would not make another video. You wouldn't hear nothing from Umar. And he's not going to be happy until he actually does get the attention of these white supremacists that he keeps bringing up. You want to be the most requested and most relevant? If you were actually, that's how I know you're not the most requested or the most relevant. Because the most requested and most relevant black leaders all get death threats or assassination attempts. You haven't gotten one death threat, one attempt on your life. Well, you got an attempt on your life from a nigga that wanted his motherfucking money from the school. You ain't getting no death threats from no white folks. So you're not that tells me right there that you are not relevant to them at all. I know you want to be. You think you pose a threat to them, but you really don't. Because if you pose a threat to them, you wouldn't be here. We've seen history and what they do to our leaders who pose threats. Either they bring them into the fold and get them to be a psyops or an agent, or they get you the fuck up out of here. So which one are you, Umar? Because you claim that they haven't gotten you out of here, and you're telling us to take up arms. You better be careful there, little buddy. Your slip is showing.
Person, right? I don't know if they could time the fingerprints. Do we have any fingerprints from that time? Right? I still have some questions about that gun. But either way, you know, like I know, a brother with a hoodie, the gun going back in the hoodie. The fact that the gun fell to the ground tells you it wasn't in his hand, right? The fact he was shot in the back and in a runner's position tells you he was not posing a threat. They shot him because he was getting away long. And then on top of that, the wife picks up my sneakers and my cell phone. You know why she picked up the cell phones? She wanted to make sure it wasn't recorded. She wanted to make sure Cyrus was not recording as he was running.
It was some nefarious reason.
Of course.
It wasn't.
And she picked up the shoes, Loon, because the shoes would also show you.
Wait. Now, I want you to think about what he just said and why that makes absolutely no sense. And like I said, I'm not taking the side of the people that unalive this young man. Like I said, y'all know my thoughts on that. I believe whoever did it deserves the death penalty. But you just said that he was pew-pewed in a running position. Running position. Now you mean to tell me she picked up his phone because she thought he was recording when he's running away, back turned to them. He got shot in the back. What the fuck is he recording? Did he hold the phone up like this while he was running? Now, one time did you mention that his phone was even out? Was his phone out? I don't know. Like I said, I got to do more research on it, but the way he's describing it makes no sense. Thank you for the 10 jewels again, Rosetta Brooks. Appreciate that. Thanks for showing the love. If anybody else want to support the channel, y'all can send a gift. We already got 5 on the stream goal. Wait, where'd that go? Oh, it keeps doing that. We already got 5 on the stream goal. If anybody wants to support that, Cash App, PayPal is at the bottom of the chat. Most importantly, hit the like button. But yeah, that don't make sense. I think the wife picked up the phone because who knows why the wife picked up. I can't be honest with you. I can't give you an explanation to why the wife would pick up his phone. But to say that she picked it up because she thought that he was recording sounds dumb to me. It makes no sense. Right. Being loud definitely does not make you right. It doesn't at all. It absolutely doesn't make you right. It does not make you right. It doesn't make you. It just. And then no, being loud and blinking loudly doesn't. Let me give you an example. Today, I went to work. I worked hard, chat. That's what he does. He thinks it says that's what preachers do. They ask something. All you gotta do is be loud and blink 3 times, and it looks and sounds powerful. Umar's full of shit. No, and perch your lips like this. He think he Denzel. He tried to do the Denzel. Y'all ain't supporting the channel. Y'all ain't even hitting that like button. That was diabolical. Hey, where Dr. Nene at? She need to. I need a Muffin baby on that one. I need a Muffin character on that one. He think he tough. He think he's saying something. Diabolical. Watch, I guarantee you're gonna do at least 3 more times. Oh man, this shit is ridiculous, yo.
Exactly what he was doing at the time he was shot. They cleaned up, and she wasn't charged with no crime. Loon, tampering with a murder scene is a crime.
The murder scene evidence, everything, the way the shoes landed, the way the phone landed, if it landed on his side, like
she
all of this.
Obstructed the crime scene and wasn't charged with a single crime. And then we find out later, Loon, that Rick Chow has a history of violence against black customers at that Shell station.
What?
He threw a 13-year-old girl on the ground in there. He shot at another black customer. And guess what? Never been arrested. Never been tried. Asian privilege in white America. Asian privilege in white America. Remember, the white man loves the East Indians and the Asians because they are small populations, first of all, but they're growing. They're upwardly mobile. And they share the same hate towards black people as they do. So they're protecting Asians and Chinese and Asians because, first of all, white people.
Chinese are Asian, you stupid motherfucker. Did you just say they're protecting Chinese and Asians? They are one and the same.
Numbers are dwindling.
Yes.
And they're going to substitute Asians and East Indians for them in this country. Not to mention, America needs Asia. East India. Because they're the fastest growing population in the world. They're the tech giant of the world. America cannot afford to be on bad terms with India because if India links up with Russia and China, America got problems. And Donald Trump just signed what? An agreement with China worth billions of dollars. They can't afford to upset the Chinese people. So guess what? Chinese Americans and Chinese.
Do you know that? Wait a minute. Isn't India in Asia? The fuck is he talking? Isn't India in Asia? Isn't India an Asian country? Isn't China an Asian company? I mean, country. I said company. Country. Aren't they all the same fucking continent?
Immigrants, East Indian Americans and East Indian immigrants, they're always going to be protected by the government because of Donald Trump's relationship with India and China. And this is why we get the hell we get, Loon. Yes, we're black, but we're also disorganized with the diaspora. We don't have any permanent diplomatic public political relationship with any African nation states that can speak up on our behalf. Remember, Cuba had Russia. Fidel Castro was smart enough to know I cannot survive America without a diplomatic relationship with a world power. Where's Black America's diplomatic relationship with an African power? We don't have one. We foundational Black Americans. We American descendants of slaves. I don't even want to use the word African. I'm a foundational Black American. And look what you got. Foundational convictions, foundational murders. Any African in America who doesn't recognize the need for us to have a diplomatic, political, public relationship with some African countries is out of his damn mind. The only respect.
And what African countries wants to have a diplomatic blah, blah, blah relationship with us? They fucking hate us. Why are you trying to connect us to a bunch of fucking people that want nothing to do with us? They don't want nothing to do with it. They kiss the white man ass just as much as all of them. What the fuck are you talking about? Africans kiss the white man ass more than anybody. They see us and be like, man, you fucking lazy nigga. So they see the white man, oh, the white man. Yeah, the white man. What the fuck are you talking about? Africans are more racist to us than most fucking white folks. And I've heard actual Africans say that they don't hate us. They're actually just jealous of what we have over here. What do we have over here, motherfucker? You niggas didn't send a boat or a canoe to help, and we ain't even from there. Why don't Africans know about slavery in America until they get to America? Because it didn't happen to them. We are not connected to them. You're grifting. I don't even know how the fucking Africans over there fuck with you. You be over there, the motherfuckers don't fuck with us. They see us, be like, look at this lazy nigga. As soon as they see the white man, oh, Mr. White Man, your balls look heavy. Let me help you carry them. Yay, the white man. Thank you for the opportunities that you gave me for letting me come here. As soon as you walk by, look at this nigga. You lazy motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, dog. You keep trying to connect us to some motherfuckers that hate us. Don't no African countries want to link up with us. If that was the case, it would have been done a long time ago. How long have Black Americans been reaching out to Africa for some fucking help? And what have they done? Nothing.
You get in America as a non-white person is based on the country you identified with.
There's definitely something to that.
Pan-Africanism or perish. ADOS and FBA means nothing in this Carmack Belton situation. Nothing at all. Where's your relationship with African countries that can stand up and speak out for you? We ain't got one because we too busy trying to convince white people to accept us.
You being who you are, what do you say to black people, black mothers, black fathers who have black children?
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is if you're raising a black boy, you need to be very careful about the school district you send them to. And you need to be very careful about the county you living in. Because as you know, Loon, when we make a little bit of money, the first thing we do is black flight to the white suburb. Black. And then what we say is, well, my son is an athlete. he's not going to have a hard time. Carmelo Anthony was captain of the football team, and I think he was captain of the track.
Hold up. How you gonna say that? And every time he go to Africa, he visit the white part. Isn't South Africa the white part of America? I mean Africa. I ain't never seen this nigga down in the Congo when he go. I ain't never seen this nigga in Ethiopia. Isn't that's not South Africa, is it? I don't know the rich sections of Africa like that. But as far as I know, when he goes to visit Africa, he is strictly in South Africa. He is in none of them countries where they struggling. Not one. Rosetta, thank you again for the 20 jewel gift. Appreciate that. Yeah, I ain't never seen that nigga down in the Congo or motherfucking Ethiopia or Nigeria or any of them real African countries. You see that nigga in South Africa where it's safe and peaceful. How come you don't go? You keep talking about the struggle in Africa, yet when you visit the struggle in Africa, what would you say? Get the blanket ready for Dion. Oh, y'all kicking him out again? I don't never see you down there struggling in none of the struggling African countries. I see you in all the countries with the McDonald's and the luxuries and all that other shit. I don't see you out there in the trenches and the jungle. I see you down there with the white man, right along with the rest of them motherfuckers. You ain't gonna get us to grift over to a fucking continent that don't want nothing to do with it. He said he goes to Ghana and hold on. Why does he keep doing that? He goes to Ghana and he goes to Cameroon, but he stays in tourist area. South Africa is a struggle too. Like I said, I don't know Africa like that. I don't, but you know what I mean. You don't see him in any parts of the country where he should be as this leader of the Pan-African group. This motherfucker, God damn it, I knew I should have left that window open. But you don't see him in any country where Africans are struggling. If you care so much about Africa, why would you go to a continent that you love so much and not mingle with the people that you grift off of? I mean, if I was Umar Johnson and I keep talking about this African struggle shit, I would want to go see the African countries that are actually struggling and put my voice out there and do something. He don't want to go out there because he go out there talking that shit. He might not come back. South Africa is rough if you are a poor black or not. Yeah, I get that part, and you're probably right. Like I said, I don't know much about Africa. Current Africa, I always study ancient Africa. I don't know too much about current Africa, but what I do know is he ain't out there with them poor folks. He ain't even out here with the poor folks in America. That's all I'm saying. When you ever see Umar in the hood, Africa or America? How many times have you seen Umar in the hood, Africa or America? Or let me say it like him. How many times have you seen Umar Johnson in the hood in Africa or America?
basketball team. But guess what? Look at the situation that he found himself in. And did him being a captain of his sports teams matter? Loon, did you see his football team stand up for him? No. Did you see his basketball team stand up for him? No. Did you see his track team stand up for him? No. So you moving out into a white suburb with your black athlete son, thinking him being an athlete is enough to save him? It's not. This does not mean Carmelo's mother and father were at fault for where they lived. I want to be clear. I'm simply saying going forward, Loon, if you...
Nigga, shut the fuck up. I quit. We had 3 hours and 20-something minutes. I'm about to shut this down because I got to go to work tomorrow. I just realized how long we've been going. We can finish this tomorrow. Or, no, in fact, I got to go cover the other stuff with Mr. Mushroom Man. Or I can come back to this. Or I'll do half and half. Who knows? But if I do come back tomorrow, it's probably not going to be about until 11. That's the time I get home from work. But yeah, it's time for me to shut this down. It's getting late. It's almost 12 o'clock. I got to be up early in the morning for work. Damn, 100 real men, you late than the motherfucker, bro. You got to catch the replay. Yeah, man. Let me get on out of here, y'all. I'm about to go to bed. Gotta take my black ass to bed. I gotta go work in the morning. I appreciate everybody that stopped by, showing love. I appreciate everybody that showed a gift. Anybody that donated, I didn't look at my cash app. I only looked at it once. But those who did, I appreciate that. I'm gonna get on out of here. Peace. I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Until then.